say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
40 drivers getting ready to take on Texas Motor Speedway. 200 laps, 300 miles coming up here on NBC.
They call his dad awesome. He's been sensational tonight.
He's played him like a fiddle. Chris Buescher picks up the win.
The history of NASCAR in the Lone Star State continues to be written.
An 18-year-old has earned his spurs here at the Texas Motor Speedway.
The title up for grabs. Chris Buescher, Texas native, has the point lead. Chase Elliott, the defending series champion, is 27 points back. For more of the storylines we'll be following today, we go trackside to Mike Massaro.
And Rick, as you alluded to, perhaps there is no bigger fan favorite today than Chris Buescher, the championship leader, hails from Prosper, Texas. Actually began his racing career not too far from here, just beyond the backstretch on the 5th Mile racetrack, racing Bandoleros. I spoke with Chris just before he buckled into this race car, and he said nothing would make his dreams come more true than to finally bring them full circle and pick up a win on the 1.5 mile configuration here. Now remember, he is the championship leader with a 27-point advantage. Just 3 races remain. His approach, he says, admittedly, he's going to be conservative, kind of point racing, trying to protect that point lead and ensure he comes home with a championship this year. Dave Burns?
Mike, if you've ever traveled abroad or if you've lived in a foreign country, you know how much hard work the language barrier can be and how lonely it can be sometimes when you're not at home. Daniel Suarez is from Monterrey, Mexico, and this weekend, with this track's proximity not only to Monterrey but also to Houston, Texas, he's got 25 friends and family who have joined him for this weekend's events. And how big would it be if Daniel Suarez, at age 23, could win his first Xfinity race? Kelly Stavis?
defending series champion Chase Elliott got his first career win here at Texas last year, and he'll likely need to get back to victory lane again today if he's going to successfully defend his title. After all, with just 3 races to go, he's got a 27-point deficit to Chris Buescher. As Chase put it, we got a long way to go and a short amount of time to get there. Winning is probably the only way to get it done. Today, he will start 10th based off those practice times. Marty?
Well, Kelly, we talk about the young stars in the Xfinity Series. How about one who's turned everybody's heads in his short time in this series? 19-year-old Eric Jones out of Michigan. He won the Truck Series race last night, and I talked to him moments ago, and he told me, you know what? I actually feel better about this car in the Xfinity Series than I did my truck last night when I climbed in that. He said, I think our chances to win today, very good. And when Matt Kenseth was suspended for 2 races, who do they call on to drive the Cup Series car? Eric Jones. The kid certainly has a lot of talent, doing triple duty this weekend, Rick, and proving that he belongs here in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, Marty, and the youngest driver to ever do the triple, the Camping World Truck Series race, the Xfinity race, and the Cup Series race. They continue to work on the track. The rain that took place this morning stayed on the track. There were weepers. They actually brought out a cutter where they were cutting the asphalt. Got a shot of that earlier where they were cutting grooves in the asphalt to try to get some of that moisture out from underneath the asphalt and to run down into the grass there in the infield. We saw track president Eddie Gossage was there. NASCAR official Robin Pemberton also on hand watching to make sure this process being done. But they're continuing to work on that. Normally we would hear the command about now, but you see the drivers still not in their cars. How does this sit with a driver, Jeff, when you're ready to go and you're standing next to your car, the anthem's been sung, and now we have to wait?
Well, you've been waiting all morning, too. You didn't get to qualify, so everything's been delayed. You think about this young man. He's trying to win a championship. Think about Regan Smith. He's trying to win a championship. So they want to get going. They just want to go racing. They want to forget about all this stuff and just be able to focus on racing.
Yeah, when you talk about Texas, and we talked about it just a minute ago about the old surface here that's so good for racing, tire wear. Well, look at the tracks we run at Dover, the Auto Club out in Fontana, Atlanta, Kentucky. Well, Texas in 2001 is in the list of some of the oldest surfaces we run at. And while those old surfaces make for great racing, multi-groove racetracks, sometimes the negative is the underlayer of the asphalt, perhaps the drainage underneath it. You know, there's a bunch of different things that go into these tracks when they're constructed. As we see here in Texas, they're trying to alleviate this issue, trying to give the water an area to go from underneath the asphalt, run through those grooves and back into the trial. You got to remember, Rick, this is such a fast racetrack. We have to make sure their surface is right before we send the cars out.
Safety definitely at the top of everyone's mind, especially the drivers, NASCAR officials. They don't want to put them in a dangerous situation. Racing is dangerous enough. We'll hear from some of the drivers when we come back. Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway. We get ready for 300 miles, 200 laps for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the next stars of the sport. Still, not all of them have climbed into their cars. We're getting ready for the command. Before we hear that command, let's go to Mike Massaro.
And catching up with a guy who's won 5 times here in the Xfinity Series, that would be Kevin Harvick. Obviously, I would imagine you're anxious to get out there with such a good record here and a great race car, no doubt. But the racetrack, that's the story right now. What are your thoughts in regards to what you've seen on the racetrack as they continue to work here?
Well, I think Mother Nature's put us in a box. You know, obviously they've had a lot of rain here, so they're dealing with some things that they're probably not used to dealing with. But obviously there's a lot of weepers around the racetrack. But they've been at it since 7:30 this morning, trying to get it all fixed, and hopefully we can get going here today. But our Hunt Brothers Pizza Chevy, it's kind of a guess today with all the rain and all the air tightens on the racetrack. You know, you want your car to drive a certain way, and I just don't know that you're going to get a good read on that in the first couple runs. So it'll be interesting to see who can keep up with their car the best today, and hopefully we can get going here pretty soon.
We did have a pretty lengthy practice yesterday, so I'm sure you got a pretty good assessment of the guys to beat. Who are you watching out for today?
I honestly never looked at the scoreboard yesterday, to tell you the truth. You know, this is just one of those places where you want your car to drive good. You need it to be consistent, and you know if the back's not in the racetrack or the front's not turning into the corner that you need to work on your car. So this is definitely one of those places where you can turn the scoring monitor off, and if you just make your car drive good, in the end you're gonna have an okay day.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
Kevin Harvick, no doubt one of the guys to watch today, Dave.
As is Kyle Busch. His record here at Texas Motor Speedway, outstanding in the Xfinity Series. But I don't think ever in this situation with a track that's trying to give itself towards racing this afternoon. What do you expect him to get to green here?
Expect anything, same Texas. You know, it's gonna be a little bit damp. You just kind of watch out for the lighter spots and try to stay away from them. I've had plenty of issues of oil or water here the last few weeks, so we'd like to not have any more. But you know, the Monster Energy Camry always seems to have speed when we come here to Texas, so I'm looking forward to the race today. It's going to start off green. It's going to start off really fast, good lap times, and then the more rubber that gets laid down, it'll get a little bit slick. And you know, hopefully it gives an opportunity for us drivers to kind of move around, find a good groove to work in.
Yesterday's practice started with the green racetrack. There was some excessive right front tire wear on your car and others. Is that a concern now as we go back to that condition?
Yeah, you'll definitely have that. I mean, we have a competition caution coming at 25, so just try to bide your time, take care of your stuff till you get to that point at 25, get that first set off at least, and then from there on out, it should be a pretty typical day.
Maybe Brexton was here a minute ago. Any words of advice from him?
Just plenty of laughter. He's a good one.
He had big smiles on his face. He was with Daddy. Kelly?
Dave, Ty Dillon has been a big part of the championship picture this year. A couple of poor finishes in recent weeks have dropped you down to 4th in the standings, though. With these last 3 races, how confident are you that you can get back into that hunt?
I'm real confident. You know, the poor finishes came from bad luck, and it was really just Dover where we had that blown tire and finished, I think, 26th or so, and took us from where we would be probably 5 or 6 points maybe out of the lead for the championship to where we are now. But we're not giving up, and we've really been putting together some strong races, a lot of top 5s, and when you run the top 5, you'll get in victory lane. So I think it's a good day for our Bass Pro Chevy. Texas is a racetrack that I feel real confident. I've won here before, and no better day to put some pressure on these guys than today.
And everyone is talking about the track conditions this morning. What is your biggest concern as you get out there for the race?
I think just the green track, and we had a couple tire issues yesterday. It was 40 laps in a run, probably the end of the run, and I was kind of up there cleaning off the top groove where there was no rubber laid down. So you might see some guys with some tire issues here early. I think 25 laps isn't enough to really get tire issues this first run, but maybe afterwards. So it could be interesting. It's going to be I feel like it's going to be a slip and slide kind of day, and it fits my dirt background pretty good. So hopefully we keep this thing dialed in and go to the front.
Ty Dillon trying to get back into this title fight, Marty.
Kelly, if you'll come all the way to the front of the grid, you'll see the guy that they're going to start chasing today. Here we are, Austin Dillon up here at the very front of the grid. So how different is the racetrack going to be once you get the green flag compared to how it was yesterday in practice, Austin?
It'll be quite a bit different. I think the first part of the first practice will be similar just because there wasn't that much rubber down. It was just mostly qualifying runs from that first cup practice. So I'm looking forward to the race, optimistic. I really think that you're going to have to keep up with a lot of adjustments today. Your car's not going to handle the best until that rubber gets where it was yesterday. I think that the car that's the fastest on this first run is probably not going to be the one at the end to win the race. So we need to keep up with our adjustments with the Ream Chevy and do what we can to keep it out front.
Hey, we just heard from your brother Ty. Obviously, he's in a championship battle. Different scenario from you. For you guys, the Cup Series guys who come over here and run in the Xfinity Series, what kind of experience does that afford you, and how does it help you on the Cup side?
Well, you do know what they're racing for, and you're straight up racing for a win in my situation with the 33 car. So you try and help your teammate as much as you can, but for me, it's all about one thing, that's getting the trophy.
And he wants to get the trophy again. The last time he had this car, Rick, it started on the pole, took him to victory lane at Charlotte. Today starts on the pole. We'd love to finish that story with a win here at Texas.
Track drying continues. We'll talk to more drivers when we return. We may even talk to Chris Buescher if we can wake him up. That is how comfortable he is with a 27-point lead in the championship.
My name is Darrell Wallace Jr., driver of the number 6 Ford EcoBoost Mustang for Roush Fenway Racing. My favorite racing win so far was winning Martinsville for the first time in NASCAR Camping World Truck Series in 2013. My best friend in the garage area would probably have to be Ryan Blaney. Away from the racetrack, I like to play video games, mountain bike, photography. I've shot some races. Not really anything. Anything that's capturing the eye. Anything to keep the excitement level up.
It's always fun to get to know some of these young and upcoming drivers, and of course this is Darrell Wallace, otherwise known as Bubba. And if you didn't learn enough about him in that piece, let's find out some more, because he's been listening to his pre-race music. What are you listening to?
I got on a little bit of heavy stuff that you probably have no idea about. Little We Came as Romans right now, Regenerate. Good song to get you pumped up in the mood. It's kind of funny, the heavy stuff calms me down, gets me ready to race, so ready to go.
You're probably right. I probably have no idea, but hey, let's talk about your race car. I do know some things about that, and I know that, well, unfortunately, you're in a backup car here this weekend. Hasn't been on the racetrack, hasn't turned any laps, so how much of a concern is that for you here this afternoon?
It's not really a concern. I know my guys and the whole Roush Fenway team has built great race cars all year long, and I've put ourselves in this corner twice now, and it's unfortunate, but this backup car is up to date and recent. I think we just ran it, or Ryan, I think, ran it at Kansas. So it's a great car, fast Ford Mustang. Looks great with Fastenal on the car. It's I can't thank those guys enough for jumping on board, and gonna have some fun today. Coming from the back, although that makes it a little bit more exciting. I like it.
And more fun. You get to pass more cars.
Exactly. Put on a show.
We're gonna be watching. Dave?
44 laps of practice yesterday for Kyle Larson. How good was your race car, and how will it be starting 16th?
Well, off the truck, we were really, really loose, extremely loose, and we couldn't really get that adjusted out of it. But once we put on our next set of tires, I thought the Parker Store Chevy was pretty good. Actually went to a little bit on the tight side, which is what I was kind of hoping for in practice. So, yeah, we just got to wait and see. The track's, totally green, no rubber on it now after, the rain we had last night, and then, all the jet dryers and air Titans around the track. So, glad they've told us to buckle in the race cars, because I've been itching to get in one today. So I'm ready to go. Texas is a really fun track, so it should be a good race.
Kyle, one of the Sprint Cup drivers who expected to be behind the wheel all day. Kelly?
We've seen Brian Scott in this 2 car run up front, much of the season, so close to getting into victory lane, and I know as of late you've been taking a lot of risks and gambles to try to get there. Have you learned anything along the way that might pay off today?
Yeah, we've learned a lot of lessons along the way. Unfortunately, some tough ones. Yeah, you know, Texas is a good state to gamble. We're going to roll the dice. We're going to do everything we can to get our Albertson Sanderson Farm Chevrolet in victory lane. It's a beautiful day. This track is a lot of fun, and it's going to be a good race.
All right, Brian Scott, still looking for his first career Xfinity Series win, Marty.
Well, Kelly, how nervous is our championship leader, Chris Buescher, out of Texas? I had to wake him up for the interview. He was not nervous at all, taking a little nap. So the nerves are not really that bad at your hometown race, or are they?
No, they're not too bad. We're getting ready to go here. We're just waiting it out. So, you know, whatever happens, sounds like we're going to get going pretty quick. But I was going to say if we weren't, I've had plenty of rehydrate today. So if it goes a little overboard, we'll be okay.
Chris Buescher hoping to keep that championship lead in front of his hometown fans. 27 points, that lead, Rick, over three other guys chasing him for that championship.
Yeah, Chris Buescher looking for his first title in the Xfinity Series. Chase Elliott, who's behind him, trying to defend the title that he won a year ago. Eric Jones trying to do something that, well, no other 19-year-old has done before, and that is the triple. He is competing in the Camping World Truck Series race, which he did last night, and in doing so, passed Matt Crafton, last year's champion, and went on to win at Texas. So could Eric Jones potentially do the sweep? He's going to race in all three series. Camping World Truck Series he won. He's got the Xfinity Series today, and Eric starting in the second row in that third spot. And then he has the Cup race where he's filling in for Matt Kenseth tomorrow, and also qualified in the top 10 for that race. So Eric Jones looking very strong here at Texas. What's the possibility of Eric Jones finding victory lane again?
We heard him say earlier he felt really good about this car today. He was very confident, won last night, so feels better about this car. He did that truck, so I'd say 2 of the 3 is possible. I'd say the third part, it's going to get a little harder. Winning a Cup race is, you know, a young man like that would be an extraordinary feat. I'm not saying he can't do it, but that would be an extraordinary feat.
Yeah, I talked to Eric earlier when we were under delay for Cup practice, and he mentioned that how much he loves to run those trucks in the Xfinity cars, and he loves to drive the Cup cars. He just needs to learn how to race them. Just that the field is so different, and there's such a depth of competitors in that field. So he was excited about this car today, though. I'm sure while a win on the Cup side would be a tall task, I think here in the Xfinity side, he has to be one of the favorites here in the 20.
One thing that he has going for him is he's raced the Cup cars twice before when he was filling in for other Joe Gibbs Racing drivers. When he did it for Kyle Busch, it was at Kansas, another 1.5 mile track. He was actually running in the top 5 when he got involved in an accident, but a very talented driver there in Eric Jones. But as you both have mentioned, a lot of competition that he will have on the track today as well as tomorrow. Up front, Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski are going to bring the field to the green flag. It's time to fire the engines. Let's go trackside for the command.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to give the command to start engines, please welcome your Grand Marshal, owner of T&E Capital Resources, Terry Meyer.
Drivers, start your engine!
You can fire it up whenever you're ready. Oh, you can fire it up the car. First fire up, you're going towards turn 4.
A very sweet sound to the people that have been here all day waiting to see cars on the track. That is coming up next from Texas Motor Speedway.
and hell. Have fun.
Yes, sir.
You are going into the wall so hard. Chris Buescher played him like a fiddle.
Regan Smith will win.
The bright spot to this race, the driving of Ty Dillon.
The engines are fired for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Texas presented by Honda, and they begin to roll. It's time for today's starting grid, brought to you by Pioneer 1000. Up front, 2 Cup stars, Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski. Austin Dillon has 5 wins on mile-and-a-half tracks, all starting from the pole position.
On row 2, we have Erik Jones, who won here in April, and Regan Smith, who's won 2 of the last 10 races in 2015.
Row 3, we have Daniel Suarez, who finished second last night in the truck race, starting alongside 7-time winner Kyle Busch.
Back in row 4, Kevin Harvick, 5-time winner here, is alongside Darrell Wallace Jr., who finished top 11 in all 10 of the mile-and-a-half tracks.
In row 5, we have 2 championship contenders starting side by side, Ty Dillon and Chase Elliott.
In row 6, we have Brian Scott, who's running double duty this weekend, both running the Xfinity and the Cup car. Next to our points leader, Chris Buescher.
Back in row 7, Brendan Gaughan, a 4-time Truck Series winner here at Texas Motor Speedway.
In row 8, we have J.J. Elliott starting next to Kyle Larson, who has 29 wins since 29 races since his last win.
Row 9, we have Ryan Reed, the winner from Daytona, all the way back in February, starting next to Ryan Seed.
Back in row 10, Jeremy Clements and Dakota Armstrong. Dakota finished Texas best 10th here last November. I want to see if we can chat with the points leader in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Chris Buescher. Let's dial him up on the radio, Jeff.
Hey, Chris, it's Jeff Burton in the NBC booth. You with us?
Yes, sir. I got you there.
Well, you and your team have built a 27-point lead. Tell us how that affects your race today.
Gives us a little bit of a cushion to work with, so we're going to go out here and do what we've been doing. Our Advocare Mustang had some really good speed the second half of practice. Made the guys work pretty hard, so at least owe them much for that. But get ready to go here. I'm excited. Got a good race car for the last 3. We just got to take care of it and bring it home.
So being the point leader, tell us what your biggest challenge going into today's race is, considering you're at this slick, tough racetrack.
Well, this place is really tough for long runs. The tire wear has been pretty aggressive with the green racetrack. We're going to have to watch that. We'll have that competition caution at lap 25 to really give us a chance to look at it. But we'll have to manage tires all day, try and make sure that we have something left at the end.
All right, Chris, thank you, and hope you have good luck, you and your team both.
Thank you.
And while we're riding along with Chris Buescher, we'll take a look at the cars that will be carrying cameras for us. One of those being that 60 of Chris Buescher. He has the Ford in-car camera. He'll start 12th today. The 9 of Chase Elliott has the Xfinity onboard camera and starts 10th there in row 5. In row 4, it's the Hunt Brothers Pizza in-car camera, being carried by Kevin Harvick in the 88. He starts 8th. And Regan Smith with the Chevrolet in-car camera, starting up in row 2, starting in that 4th position. Today's aerial coverage provided by our partners at Smithfield Foods, and these pictures getting a lot better now that the cloud cover has broken up and the sun shining down on this mile-and-a-half track. We've mentioned the speed at this track, very, very high. As a matter of fact, the speed in the corners might be almost as fast as the Cup cars because of the tapered spacers that these Xfinity cars have. They need to carry more speed through the center of the corners, and a lot of times we'll see them carry more speed than even the Cup cars have with the more horsepower. Look at the details of Texas Motor Speedway. It's a mile-and-a-half track. The banking in the corners 24 degrees. On the front stretch and back stretch just 5 degrees, relatively flat. And the length of the front stretch 2250, and the back stretch 1330. Race analysis, 200 laps, 300 miles, pit road speed 45 miles per hour. And Steve Letarte As we look at the fuel window, 55 to 60 laps, tires could become a little bit more of an issue than even fuel going 55 and 60.
Yeah, Texas has every opportunity to become a fuel mileage race. We've seen it happen here before. Drivers and teams have to conserve their fuel, but I think the #1 priority for the driver today is conserve his tires first, especially early in the race. I expect tire wear to be high, and these drivers are going to have to be very selective to decide whether they want to move up the racetrack and perhaps uncharted territory where it can be harder on the tires.
Before the green flag comes out, NASCAR will listen into the radios and get the word from some of the drivers as far as what the track conditions are from their standpoint. We listened into the 33 radio. Here's what he had to say about the track.
The bottom don't look bad now. Just look at it over here at the restart point, though. That's the main thing that I was concerned about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think the corners and stuff's okay, but over here where you start, just keep looking at that.
So that's driver and spotter that are taking a look at the racing surface.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier about older surfaces. One thing that makes it difficult on older surfaces is there's already some discoloration. So sometimes it's difficult to see what's perhaps a stain on the racetrack versus water.
And Marty, I think you've caught up with the duo, the crew chief of the duo that has had so much success in the Xfinity series.
Danny Stockman, the other half of the Austin Dillon Stockman duo that's done so well, as you point out, Rick. What's Austin said about the track so far, Danny?
Well, he says the corners look really good. It's just the restart zone down there is still pretty wet, so we're trying to figure out whether we wanted to start at the top or the bottom. If it was dry, I feel like the bottom would be the best choice, but it's just a little bit too wet down there, we feel like. So we're going to have to start from the top and just see how this racetrack goes. There's going to be a lot of changing going on tonight or this afternoon, and a lot of tire wear, and it's going to be a good race for the fans, I'm sure.
You mentioned tire wear there. How concerned are you about that, especially on the first run?
You know, I think I'm concerned less than a lot of the other people. A lot of the other teams had a lot of issues yesterday. We had tire wear that was even on all 4 tires, which is a good thing in my mind right now. Feeling pretty confident about that, but I feel like the first 25 we're gonna have some tire wear, and everybody's gonna be in the same boat, and you're just gonna have to manage it. And we're all here racing the same time, so see what it does.
Indeed, we saw a couple of teams get replacement right front tires in practice yesterday for that excessive wear. Mike?
And Regan Smith was not one of those teams, Marty, but certainly a guy to watch out for today. He's had a very fast race car, at least in practice. He did, catching up with his crew chief, Jason Burdett now. What has Regan told you so far during this parade laps about the track?
He said the track looks okay. There's a couple little spots, maybe getting into 3 and through turn 2 that they might work on a little bit more, but all in all, it looks pretty good right now.
Competition caution at lap 25. How do you approach these first 25 laps with so many unknowns?
You know, I think all of them will be a little bit on the cautious side. You know, here getting started, everybody will just try to get to that 25, get a good look at the tires. You know, hopefully with the sun being out and all now, it'll put some rubber down a little quicker than when it was cold yesterday. And, you know, we'll just kind of ease through the first 25.
Regan Smith starts 4th, Dave Burns.
Eric Phillips is the crew chief for Daniel Suarez. Daniel has an advantage over some of the competitors today. He had a race here last night. Now, I know the track is green, but what advantages could he pick up from last night's truck race here where he finished 2nd?
I think just where the race car went through the night. It seemed like everybody got really free. The guys at KBM did give him a good truck to keep it underneath of him. So we've adjusted on ours. Hopefully we did the right things this morning, and he did a good job.
What concerns did you and Daniel discuss before we got going here?
I mean, I think all of us, every crew chief on pit road right now is worried about tire wear. Fortunately, ours were really good, I felt like, for the laps that we ran, but one of our teammates was questionable, and it's the same setup. So you don't know if it's a tire, if it's the racetrack driving style, but we're all going to be nervous till that first caution, make sure all of our tires stay on them and stay up. This place can be a scary place with tire problems.
Eric's driver, Daniel, starts 5th today. Kelly?
Greg Irwin is crew chief on the 22 car of Brad Keselowski. Another one of those teams that got a replacement right front tire during practice yesterday, but 25 laps till the competition caution. What will you be watching out for in the early stages?
Well, Brad and I talked, pretty extensively there while we were waiting, and really we're just going to try and get there. We're not going to push too hard. This track is really hard on tires, and with no rubber down like this in the championship run that we're in, we just really have to be cautious, and then we'll start racing at lap 25 once we see what the tires look like.
This car's always a favorite, no matter who's behind the wheel of it, but you've kind of been unsatisfied with results results as of late. Do you think you guys get back on track today?
Well, Texas has been one of our better places, certainly, and we've been more consistent there, I think, over the last 3 years than really anywhere. So the fact the car had good speed off the truck, and I feel we've been pretty competitive with the best, so I'm looking forward to getting going.
All right, thank you, Greg. Brad Keselowski will be starting on that front row.
Greg was bringing up the championship. He was referring to the Owners' Championship.
Right.
It's a separate owners and drivers championship that they both deal with. Now, we heard, drivers discussing the moisture on the track. We ran into that last week in the Cup Series race. Kyle Busch thought that he was getting involved with a little bit of moisture on the inside of the track coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, Kyle felt his car ran the best right down around the curb, and as you see, right against the curb, 4 or 5 inches next to the curb, the concrete's darker, and that's actually moisture on the racetrack. He felt like he got his left rear tire on there, spun, lost control. He actually mentioned a couple times through the race how that affected his car, and that was at a track where mid-corner speeds could be 60, 65, 70 miles an hour. Now we're at a track where corner speeds can be excess of 160 to 170 miles an hour. While a dry track is always important, you have to think NASCAR takes in mind how fast these guys are going to go around this track here shortly, and have to be sure not only they feel it's right, but as we mentioned earlier, they're going to ask the competitors, Jeff, how does everybody in the cars feel? What does it look like to them?
That's right. An interesting thing about this racetrack and what they're talking about, most of it's on the straights. It's not in the corner. That makes the decision actually a little more difficult. If it's in the corner, well, you just can't go. But if it's on the straight, can you go? Is it okay? Because, the straight obviously is much safer if it is a little bit damp. You couldn't do it at all in the corner. So it actually makes that decision a little bit tougher.
A lot of the jet dryers and drying vehicles are now leaving the track. This is what the 22 had to say about track conditions.
What do you think about the track?
I think it's as good as it's going to get, pretty much to the point where we either race this or don't race at all.
Race it or don't race at all, and I'm guessing that they all want to race it. So the jet dryers have left the track or are leaving the track. They're going to let them know there are 2 to go when they get to the start-finish line. Marty?
And Rick, as a pole sitter, often you'll be asked to give your determination of whether the track is ready or not. NASCAR asked Austin Dillon. He mentioned that one restart zone spot. That's what he was worried about, and the reason he chose the outside to start this race. There was a little spot there that concerned him. Then coming by last time, they said, well, if you feel like it's ready, give us a thumbs up at the start-finish line. He gave them that thumbs up. He said, you know what? Pretty much what Brad Keselowski said. It's as ready as it's going to be. Let's go. And Kyle Larson, a little further back, said, I don't know why we're taking so long. The track's ready to go. I think these drivers are ready to get this thing underway, Rick.
Absolutely. While you're watching, if you want to watch a live stream of every Xfinity Series race with NBC Sports Live Extra, it's available on your laptop, tablet, smartphone, and all connected TVs. NBC Sports Live Extra. It brings you closer to every race. And at the speeds we're going to see at this racetrack, you might want to be at least an arm's distance away.
Well, one thing that makes the racetrack is so difficult is the surface. Another thing is, this is going to sound odd, but the location of the country, how windy it can be out here in Texas. We see this at Kansas and some other tracks out here in the middle parts of the country. When I look out across the track and see these flags and how hard they're blowing, it looks like they're blowing basically almost straight down the backstretch, which means going into turn 3, these cars are going to handle great. That wind actually will create more downforce on the front of these cars, helping them get into turn 3. But that means getting down to turn 1, that wind is going to take downforce off the cars of a track that's already low on grip. There's going to be all kinds of grip on lap 1, but lap 5, lap 10, lap 15 on these tires, it's definitely going to affect them.
Turn 3 is the turn I won't help in, because that is the hardest corner entry on this racetrack. It's the way the banking, the way the track adds banking as you approach turn 3. It happens very, very slowly. So if I'm a driver and I can get some help, that's a corner I want to get the help in.
A preferred line at this racetrack, a lot of times we'll say, okay, it's the bottom of the track, the middle of the track. Here, preferred line could be anywhere, correct?
Yes, that's the answer, yes.
Wherever the car in
Great
front of you is not. Wherever
That's
he
right.
isn't, that's where you need to go.
Whatever makes your car feel good, there's no preferred line. I think taking off, people are going to start figuring that out, but this one of the things that drivers love about this racetrack, you can run all over the track.
Championship points battle, 3 races to go. Chris Buescher has a 27-point lead over defending series champion Chase Elliott, Regan Smith, Ty Dillon, all within a race. You get a point for every position on the track, and only 40 cars, so all within one race of Chris Buescher leading the points.
And I think the pressure's really being split. Chris Buescher absolutely feels the pressure to have to protect the points lead. But earlier today, I ran into Chase Elliott. We were talking about the points, and I could almost hear, not desperation, but just a little anxiety in his voice that he feels like they need to put pressure on Chris Buescher. He's yet to make a mistake, just consistency. We saw earlier, Regan Smith goes out and wins Dover. Chris Buescher, next week, just comes back, has another consistent run. It doesn't seem like anything bothers this young man in the 60.
Listened into the 20 radio just moments ago. Eric Jones and the pep talk from the 20 team.
Thank you, guys. It's going to be a fun day. We got a good car, so do everything right. Give ourselves a shot to get this.
And Eric Jones won in April at this track in the Xfinity Series, so he knows how to find victory lane here. And he won last night in the Camping World Truck Series, doing the triple. He will race in the Truck Series, which he did Friday night, the Xfinity Series, which is a half a lap away from getting the green flag, and the Cup Series tomorrow.
You have to wonder what's going through Eric Jones's mind. I mean, it wasn't just a couple years ago. Not many people knew who this young man was. He beat Kyle Busch in a race down in Florida, the Snowball Derby, and that put him on the map. And now he's running a Cup race on Sunday. He's having a chance to win an Xfinity race on Saturday. Won a truck race last night. Seems like he came out of nowhere, but he earned his way here.
His story is a great one. When he beat Kyle Busch said, you know what? That kid's got talent. I want to put him behind the wheel of one of my vehicles. So he put him into one of the Camping World trucks that KBM fielded, and the rest is history. He is now one of the premier young drivers in NASCAR. And will have an opportunity to make the move into the Cup Series. Austin Dillon has chose the outside line. The green flag's in the air. We're racing in Texas. Brad Keselowski in the 22 leads lap number 1. Austin Dillon drops back to second. Eric Jones on the inside of a 3-wide battle for third.
Kevin Harvick working the outside early. He made it 3 wide and 3 and 4 in the first lap. Now he's made it 3 wide and 1 and 2 on the second lap.
7 of Regan Smith right in the middle. The 88 of Kevin Harvick surges forward, gets that third spot.
Kevin made it 3 wide around Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is normally the guy making those 3 wide moves. Kevin made it work that time.
Eric Jones still trying to settle out that 4th spot. Eric in the 20 on the bottom of the track. Regan Smith in the 7, just in front of him now. They line up the first 6. Kyle Busch has won here 7 times in the Xfinity Series, and he runs 6th. Sparks still flying. Tire pressure's a little bit lower. Cars hitting the concrete or asphalt.
Yeah, that's something you expect to see in a rougher racetrack at Texas. Even as fast as these cars are going, there's some bumps, some pretty severe bumps down the middle of 1 and 2. But Daniel Suarez in the 18 a lap ago had an unbelievable save. You see right here, we talk about the grip at this racetrack, how it goes away quick. Well, he gets up right underneath the 3 of Dillon, and you can see the air. He just had so much wheeling at the front, finally grabbed, and the back came around. It was a great save to not only have in his day, but that would have been bad for the 3 as well on the outside.
Yeah, I think that's something we're going to see a lot of today. You know, it's like we talked about at the start. There's just such low grip here, and then when you get next to a car, it pulls all the downforce off of you and makes it even that much less grip. So to me, that's kind of a typical Texas slide.
Kyle Larson in the 42, the Cup regular with Brendan Gaughan. South Point number 62 behind him. 39 of Ryan Sieg just behind Brendan Gaughan. Here comes Kyle Larson.
Heard a lot of Poochie talk about taking it easy early in the race. Well, I don't think that's going on. Look at the 20 of Eric Jones. Gets all into the back of the 7 of Regan Smith. Regan actually got into the wall.
While that was happening, Kyle Busch in the 54 makes the pass. Riding along with Regan.
Lane higher in the middle groove there. You're still clear. He's right with you. In line.
You could hear Regan out of the throttle. He knew he had lost grip. He knew he had to start pedaling it. If he wasn't, he was going to hit the wall. And then he had You know, he had Eric Jones behind him. It was making that situation that much worse, and Eric just didn't time it correctly and got into the back of him.
Chris Buescher, the points leader for the Xfinity Series, running in the 15th position, trying to take 14th away from Brendan Gaughan as he goes to the inside.
We've seen this 60 team do this before, though. They're just so methodical. While, you know, some teams would seem concerned running 15th that they have to get up there and contend for wins. They understand with the Sprint Cup drivers in the field of Brad Keselowski, Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch. Those are your top 4. Those 4 cars don't receive driver points. So that makes Chris Buescher's task a little bit easier, perhaps, of chasing down or protecting his lead, excuse me.
Brad Keselowski out in front. Austin Dillon trying to close the gap. Austin Dillon, after starting on the pole, choosing the outside line. It was Brad Keselowski who's led the first lap and every lap since.
We saw Kevin Harvick make big moves on the outside, and he's the car directly behind him. He went straight to the bottom once he cleared him. You can see Austin, he was using the top to get underneath the 22, try to get a little momentum. Be interesting to see now that he's cleared him, will he go to the top or run the bottom? The only fear of running the top is you're eating the rubber off those tires that much harder.
Great pass by Austin Dillon to take the lead away from Brad Keselowski. Marty.
And Rick, they've told him a couple of times on the radio, just take care of it. We're worried about tire wear. Don't abuse that right front. Jeff, you guys never listen as drivers, do you? You want the lead no matter what, even if it's at the cost of maybe abusing that right front a little bit.
Well, I think once you get I think you have to try to push and get the lead, and then once you do that, then try to go to the bottom, then try to save a little bit of tires. So I like the fact that he pushed the issue, and now he's going to try to save a little bit of tire.
Austin Dillon, the only one in the top 5 without a Texas Xfinity win. NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by the new Pioneer 1000 side-by-side from Honda. It's real, it's big, it's here. And by X1 from Xfinity. Will change the way you experience TV. Out front, Austin Dillon has about a half a second lead over Kevin Harvick. And Darrell Wallace Jr., after starting in the back with a backup car, had made the move up to the middle of the pack, was even breaking into the top 15, but then came to pit road. What was going on, Mike?
And Rick, that hard luck weekend has continued for the 6 team and Bubba Wallace. A right front flat tire, forcing them to come down pit road and give up all that real estate they had made up since the beginning of the race when they rolled off from the back of the field. As you mentioned, 37th, made their way to the front. You can see the cords on the tire, very excessive wear. We mentioned at the top of the show, tires could be an issue. We don't know if that one was cut or if it was just worn out. We'll look into that a little bit further, but obviously a bad situation for the 6.
Elliott Sadler in the 1, looking at the inside of the 42 of Kyle Larson. Those two racing for 11th. Dave, what's happening with the 18?
Well, Daniel Suarez has a lot of people who are impressed with what they see today. Some of them, it's their first time at a NASCAR race. A lot of them are friends and family from Houston, Texas, and from Monterrey, Mexico. Some are corporate guests up on top of the box where Eric Phillips, the crew chief, works. Now, Grandma Hilda, she is in the grandstands out there. She has a seat all afternoon long, but some of his heartier friends and family have gone all over the racetrack today and are back here behind rooting Daniel on. It would be a huge victory for him as a 23-year-old from Mexico. It would be even bigger because he's got so much support here today.
And Dave, it's just a matter of time before Daniel Suarez does find victory lane. We've seen a lot of talent out of that young man. Making the move from Monterrey, Mexico, Joe Gibbs Racing signing him as well as Eris, the sponsor for that team, and they've got big plans for him. Austin Dillon continuing to lead with Kevin Harvick closing the gap down. It's under 0.4 of a second now. Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Eric Jones are the top 5.
Yeah, they're doing it 2 completely different ways. On board here with Kevin Harvick, you're going to see a perfect example of one car running the bottom. You see Austin Dillon lift up. Well, now he's going to run the top because he knows that's where Kevin Harvick needs to be. That's a perfect example of a driver understanding, communicating with his spotter, Jeff, about where the faster car is coming from and taking away his line.
Yeah, that's right. You know, 88 of Harvick, he was catching at a high rate of speed. He was really using the corners, running that high line to help his straightaway speed. And that's where the game was coming. Austin saw that happen, and he said, you know what, I know how to fix that. Got in front of him, takes all the air off the car behind you, doesn't enable them to carry the speed that they were once carrying.
Chris Buescher on the left of your screen. Chris Buescher still running in the 14th position. Chris Buescher has a 27-point lead over second place in points Chase Elliott. And as we heard from Mike Massaro earlier, Chris Buescher might be looking at maybe being a little conservative, not push the subject too much, as he has a championship that's just 3 races away.
Yeah, and he's coming on lap 22. You know, we're going to have a caution around lap 25, a competition caution, allow the teams to look at their tires. So he's racing to that competition caution. He knows how his car needs to be better. He's going to relay that information to the team. They'll make changes in, and I bet you will see him start to be a little more aggressive.
And for more updates, let's go to Kelly Stavis.
Brad Keselowski in that 22 car led the first 8 laps of this race. In fact, it's the first lap anyone has led in a 22 car since Ryan Blaney won at Kentucky 4 races ago. Brad telling his crew chief, I'm just driving real smooth, trying to take care of it for you, Greg. Marty?
Kelly closing in on that competition caution. Kyle Larson started 16th today. He's up to the 11th position right now on the 42 car. They said it's a little bit worse today in terms of that left rear tire rub. They had a really bad one in practice yesterday. See how that left rear is a little bit shiny? The tire rub is still there, especially when he runs the bottom of the track. Mike?
Brendan Gaughan had high hopes beginning this race, but things have not gone his way so far. He rolled off 11th, but has faded a little bit, struggling with a very loose race car. They're going to make significant adjustments in this car next time down pit road. Dave?
Ryan Truex is the younger brother of championship Sprint Cup Series contender Martin Truex Jr. and faces the challenge of many young drivers. There he is in the white and blue 98. He's 23 years old and competing for a ride for next year as we see Kevin Harvick moving in on Austin Dillon again. Truex is in his final start of the year in that 98, trying to impress for next season.
Closing the gap on race leader Austin Dillon is Kevin Harvick in the 88, and Kevin Harvick trying to make the pass before the competition caution. He has closed the gap down to 1 car length. Just over a car length now as they're both running that high line. We hear Kevin Harvick getting out of the gas. We complete lap 24. This will complete lap 25, and this is when NASCAR had told the drivers that it would be a competition caution around lap 25 as Chase Elliott gets by the 3 of Ty Dillon. And there's the competition caution. Darrell Wallace Jr., who came to pit road because of the tire issue he had early after fighting his way from starting 37th, made it all the way up to the middle of the pack in just a few laps, but had a tire issue, came to pit road. He was not able to put fuel. The competition caution rule is if you do come to pit road prior to the competition caution, you cannot add fuel. So he will have to think about that now that the competition caution has come out.
And also, you're limited to how many sets of tires you get in the Xfinity Series. So he's already used a set of tires early in the race. He has to get fuel now, so he'll probably have to use another set of tires. I don't think he could risk it and try to stay out and try to become the free pass car, the first car lap down, or he would be the free pass car. Everybody would pit, he would stay out. The problem with that is he would be short on fuel very, very quickly. So I don't know if they're willing to gamble that much.
22 cars on the lead lap. The free pass is going to go to Blake Cook. He was running 23rd. The first car scored 1 lap down. NASCAR Mobile is the best way to follow your favorite drivers. You can build your own leaderboards. You can listen to driver in-car audio and watch live in-car cameras. All you have to do is go to NASCAR.com/mobile for NASCAR Mobile. Pit road is still closed as the field falling in behind the pace car. Out front, Austin Dillon. 5 wins on 1.5-mile tracks, and all 5 of them have come when he has started on the pole.
The only difference here today, though, is he's on the pole because qualifying was canceled and because of the used practice speeds. Now, he was still fastest in practice, so good for 33, and he had the right to earn the pole. You know, as a crew chief, you come to different racetracks, you always have a different challenge. You go to a repave, different pit strategies, 2 tires, 4 tires, gas only. When you come to Texas, your challenge is basically car setup, because with 25 laps in your tires, it's clear cut. You're going to come get 4 tires. The only real question mark on the Xfinity side, while it doesn't come into account now at all, is when you get shorter runs. We talked about the limit on tires. When do you put them on? Because in just 4 or 5 laps, these cars slow down so much that if you somehow get lucky, can save that set of tires and get a late caution, it could change your entire day.
Limited number of tires for the Xfinity Series, trying to keep the costs down.
And it's really it's a completely different style of racing. I know that it seems silly, but I've been fortunate enough to crew chief in the Cup Series for a long time, but helped on a couple Xfinity races. And it's totally different because with a limited set of tires, my Cup brain was like, well, put tires on. And about the 3rd time I did that, it was here in Texas. The engineer kind of put his hand on me and said, hey, just remember, we only have, No, I know. Yeah, I know. And I was looking down at my math like, man, I hope we could be in big trouble.
There's light on the back of the pace car. In the back window, it is green. That means that pit road is open. There's a green light at the entrance to pit road. Austin Dillon sees it, and he's the first onto pit road as they get ready for service for the first time here at Texas. Let's go to Dave.
Place Kevin Harvick in the green and white 88. The back end of his race car wants to come around on it. There he is on the upper left. They'll put a wrench through the window to change the chassis, 4 Goodyear tires, and a fill of Sunoco fuel. Kelly.
Upper right, Kyle Busch in the 54 said the car was free trying to enter the middle, then it slides the nose really bad off the middle. The 4 Goodyear tires for the 54. Below him, you see Brad Keselowski. He said the car has the same strengths and weaknesses it had in practice, tied off 4 good everywhere else, Marty.
Austin Dillon said once he took the lead, he was very patient trying to save that right front tire. It's 4 Goodyear tires and an air pressure adjustment. He'll win the race off pit road. Came in with the lead. He leaves with the lead, and they tried to tighten it up just a little bit getting into the corner, Rick.
Race off pit road brought to you by Geico. Kyle Busch moves up a spot ahead of Brad Keselowski racing off pit road.
Texas Motor Speedway is definitely my home track. A little bit intimidating at first coming to this place. Even the 5th mile outside, it's a part of the facility here. This is turn 1 and 2 of Little Texas. It's the 5th mile right off the backstretch of Texas Motor Speedway. This is grassroots racing right here. Take a look over there and you realize where you're trying to get to as a kid. I mean, I can't imagine how much work and how much has to go into making it that far, but you're a couple hundred feet away.
And because of his roots here in Texas, Prosper, Texas is where Chris Buescher, the championship leader in the Xfinity Series, grew up. That's the 5th mile racetrack where he raced Bandoleros as a child. He's won on virtually every configuration at this racetrack. There's also a road course. There's also a quarter mile on the inside of the racetrack. The one place he hasn't won, the 1.5 mile major track here at the Texas Motor Speedway, and he just had a bit of an obstacle to overcome on pit road. His team was attempting to adjust a spring rubber in the left rear spring and got hung up there. It cost them significant time on pit road, and because of that they lost several positions. They'll have to be making their way through the field here when the green flag comes back out. Rick?
The spring rubber is to try to make the car handle better. He's probably a little bit loose. They were trying to put a spring rubber on the left rear, but they came in 14th and went out 21st, so a big loss of spots to make that adjustment.
Chris Buescher trying to become just the 4th different driver to win a Xfinity Series championship for car owner Roush Fenway. To the restart zone, we're back to racing at Texas Motor Speedway. Austin Dillon shows the inside line for the restart. Kyle Busch was on the outside and has already fallen back a spot as Brad Keselowski moving up on the inside to take second away.
So Kevin Harvick battling back there in 4th position. You know, he pitted running second, gave up those spots on pit road. Worked that hard to get those spots at the start of the race, made a bold move, but then gave them up on pit road.
Across the start-finish line, Austin Dillon very close behind him, the 54 of Kyle Busch. Busch running that higher line now as he's taken second away from Brad Keselowski down at the bottom of the track, but Keselowski fighting back down on the bottom of the track, trying to get second back. Regan Smith, Kevin Harvick back there 4th and 5th. Now Kyle Busch with the advantage as they went across the start-finish line. And once again, Brad Keselowski using that shorter line around the track as Kevin Harvick goes all the way to the wall through 1 and 2.
I think he got a little higher than he wanted to get right there. He used a lot of racetrack. Had to just slow down a great deal to keep him actually getting into the wall.
Kyle Busch running the middle of the track, that higher line working for him. He takes second away from Keselowski.
We talked about this at the beginning of the show. We heard a lot of crew chiefs talk about how the track was green, which meant it had no rubber on it. There had been no cars on it since the weather. So now, with just a handful of laps, 25 laps under green, the track is changing. I think that's what we're seeing with Kevin Harvick's car. Early in this race, he went to the top, went right towards the front. Now it seems like he's chasing the handling a little bit on the 88.
11 points already. Chris Buescher has lost on the lead he had coming in. It was 27 points. Now Chase Elliott just 16 points back. Chris Buescher running 18th. Chase Elliott running 7th. Kevin Harvick running against the wall. He has already chose that high line as the line he wants to make some ground up on the 20 of Eric Jones.
That was really the problem. To run that high line the 88's looking to run, you have to be committed in the throttle. I heard a lot of part throttle there to be running up against the wall. I would expect a lot more throttle time than what we just heard.
And we talked a lot about the track getting rubber in it, meaning rubbering up the green racetrack the way it started. Well, that affects the way these cars drive. And so he had a really good car in the first run. It's not as good as this run. They're going to have to just start adjusting on the car and keeping up with the racetrack. As the track changes, the teams have to keep up with it. And you can see a lot of teams made changes, made their car better. Kevin Harvick, actually their car's worse.
And actually, you know, the other thing you have to do is, as these tires wear, the car can handle very differently from lap 1 to lap 10 to lap 20 of the same run. So that's why, as you see the 88 here, actually look like he's starting to find something, find a little speed, maybe coming back, or at least stop the bleeding. He's not losing spots anymore. That's normal. That's what happens on a track that wears tires like this.
And Eric Jones, we saw in the 20 make the pass on Regan Smith. The 19-year-old has moved up into the 4th position. Mike.
And we'll pick up right behind him with Regan Smith in the 7 car. Now, he came into this race feeling like he had a pretty good car, but not sure what to expect with this green racetrack. Now, remember, during practice yesterday on his first run, he was extremely happy with his car, but once it started to rubber up, it got loose, and that's exactly what he's experiencing right now as he gives up a spot now to Kevin Harvick, who sweeps on by. Kelly?
Defending champion Chase Elliott is 27 points behind Chris Buescher when he entered this race, and to get back in the hunt, he said very simply, we've got to win, we've got to execute. We still have a shot at this, and if there's any type of gamble or strategy we can play, we will do it to go for the win. Early in this race, Chase saying his car started off snug, it got a little bit better as the ride went on, though. Right now, he's running 7th. Marty?
Kelly Ty Dillon back in 9th. He told me before the race, I fell in love with Texas when I won here in the Truck Series. It's a fun place. You can slide around. It reminds me of my dirt track racing days. Well, the first run, he slid a little too much for his liking. He said, I just don't have the grip I would like to have coming off of the corners. They made an air pressure adjustment to add that grip, but the right front that came off of that car, Mike, showed some pretty bad wear, some cords on that 3-car right front.
Now the tire wear on the championship leader, Chris Buescher, looks pretty good. His biggest problem, though, the car has been a little bit loose. They made some pretty significant adjustments. We referenced the spring rubber they changed on the car. They also made a wedge adjustment last time down pit road. The car's gotten a little bit better, but still they need to adjust on it more as this race wears on, Rick.
Austin Dillon out in front, trying to hold off Kyle Busch. Dillon looking for his first Xfinity Series win at Texas. We're on lap 47 of NASCAR Xfinity Series racing from Texas, presented by Honda Power Sports. Already we've heard tire wear. How do you manage tire wear? Well, what about adjustments? Let's go down to the Toyota Camry on-track car and take a look.
You have to remember on Sundays, the Cup cars, they have electric track bar adjusters. But in the Xfinity Series, they don't have that. So on pit stops, one of the things that they can do, the teams can put the wrench manually inside the rear window and actually turn the track bar, lower it or raise it, and help adjust the car to make the car drive the way the driver needs it to drive.
Austin Dillon out front. Just behind him, Kyle Busch. The gap still about 0.4 of a second, but Kyle Busch falling right in the tire tracks of that 33 of Austin Dillon down the straightaway, and then a totally different line as they go through the turns. Kyle Busch all the way up against the wall. Austin Dillon almost on the apron. Dave.
And Kevin Harvick running fourth. That's where he resumed the race. And he did make one of those track bar adjustments that Jeff just alluded to while he was on pit road. He didn't make it. The crew did. They stuck the wrench through that window. And they had a positive tire wear report. Listen.
You know about those tires? Got 2 minor marks on the inside of the right front. Not bad at all. Rear is good. No marks on it. 4. I'd say that'll get way better now. Yeah, it's at 4.
It gets better as rubber gets worked into the track from these tires. Dave Ellens, the crew chief, told me he didn't expect a problem today, and so far he hasn't had one. Kelly?
And they were even more positive at the 22 car of Brad Keselowski. Remember, he led earlier and then dropped back a few spots. Well, that's because he was just trying to be as smooth as possible to take care of his tires. When they got him off and looked him over, they reported back to him, hey, the guys say the tires look great. It's time to get after it. Pick it up, get out there and go race, Rick.
Remember, the competition caution came out around lap 25, so that is the wear that these crew chiefs and teams are looking at. And now that a little bit of rubber has been put down on the track, the wear is going to be different. And of course, running different lines wears those tires as well. Austin Dillon has now just a 0.2 of a second lead over Kyle Busch. Welcome back to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Challenge. Get all the latest race news, results, and highlights delivered straight to your inbox. All you have to do is subscribe to the official NASCAR newsletter at NASCAR.com/newsletter, and it's free. Kyle Busch had to work for it just moments ago, grabbed the lead away from Austin Dillon. And when he got by Dillon, he brought the 88, Kevin Harvick, with him. This was the pass. Took the low line, and Austin Dillon stayed up high. Kevin Harvick stayed with him for just about a half a lap before he pushed Austin Dillon all the way back to third. Now Kyle Busch out front at Texas Motor Speedway. It's a familiar sight for Kyle Busch to be up front in the Xfinity Series at Texas. He's won here 7 times before. The guy chasing him down has won here 5 times. Brad Keselowski just in front of Kyle Larson. Keselowski running 4th. Kyle Larson is 5th. The battle for 4th continues. Here's what the 22 of Brad Keselowski and their team had to say moments ago.
Harvick's gone to rim ride both corners. He's at the wall both ends. And 4, about maybe a car width off 1 and 2, a little higher in 3 and 4.
Power giving giving Brad a little bit of information. Heard him say rim riding. That means right against the wall, entering high, the center of the corner high. You know, that's important to know. It's one thing to say, hey, Harvick's running high. What does that mean? When he said rim riding, that means he's directly against the wall.
And here comes Kevin Harvick. He's used the momentum, rim riding, and able to get right by the 54 of Kyle Busch. Kevin Harvick, the new leader at Texas Motor Speedway.
Leader 88.
Rim riding has worked for Kevin Harvick. Your tires wear differently if you run the bottom of the track or the top of the track.
I think it really depends on which is more popular. I think right now when you look at Texas, there's cars all over the racetrack, so I expect the tire wear to be the same. But we have run 30 laps under green flag. Remember, the first run was only 25, and now we're 30 laps into this run.
So now Kevin Harvick stretching out his lead over Kyle Busch, just over a half a second. Separating 1 and 2, Austin Dillon has dropped back almost 3 seconds from race leader Kevin Harvick. Brad Keselowski is 4th. Kyle Larson is 5th. Eric Jones, the 19-year-old that will sub for Matt Kenseth tomorrow in the Cup race, he is running in the 6th position. Let's get some updates. We start with Marty Snyder.
And Rick, there's a reason Austin Dillon has dropped back almost 3 seconds. He radioed the crew on the last lap and said, we have lost all of our forward drive right there from the middle of the corner off. That's where they're really struggling with that 33 car. But remember what he told us pre-race. We'll see if that prediction comes true. Austin said, I'm not sure I want to be fast early in this race. The track's going to go through a huge change. We want to be better in the second half of the race, Dave.
Elliott Sadler's crew chief Phil Gould told me the practice yesterday was a struggle for the blue and white number 1. He said it felt like the steering was disconnected from the front end at times, and he may feel similar that way now as he's just tapped the wall about 3 laps ago. Elliott trying to keep control of that 1 car. Kelly?
Ryan Scott's pre-race pep talk to his team. We've got nothing to lose, so let's put ourselves in position to win. Why have they got nothing to lose? Well, after about their 3rd DNF this season, they realized it would not be a good points year, so they just started gambling, taking chances, throwing caution to the wind to go for those race wins. Only it sounds like they might be taking another gamble again today. Right now, Brian's saying he just needs more front turn in that 2 car. Mike?
Kelly, Darrell Wallace still trying to rally back from a lap 11 flat tire. Had to start again at the back. That's where he started at the beginning of the race because he's in a backup car. So he's faced a lot of adversity throughout the course of the day. The car not handling to his liking yet. He says right now it is so loose, especially when it runs the top, that he feels like the rear is actually driving this car. He's been searching for lines. Now you'll see he'll go to the bottom of the racetrack trying to find a place where his car just operates better. Rick?
Thanks, Mike. Between the top 2, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, they have 121 Xfinity Series wins between them. NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And by Castrol GTX Magnatech. Instant protection from the moment you start. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Tonight, the host is the Donald Trump, joined by musical guest Sia. An all-new Saturday Night Live. That's later tonight on NBC. Laps completed. 71. And out front, Kevin Harvick. That's Kyle Busch running second. Brad Keselowski third. Austin Dillon in that 33 is fourth, but he has the 42 of Kyle Larson working his back bumper. Now to the bottom of the track goes Kyle Larson, trying to take that fourth spot away from Austin Dillon.
He got it.
Kyle Larson has been looking impressive as Larson has moved up to fourth now. Dillon back to fifth. Eric Jones is sixth. Regan Smith, another title contender, running seventh. Chase Elliott, second in the points coming into this race, is eighth. Elliott Sadler ninth, and Daniel Suarez rounds out the top 10.
Well, Rick, you just mentioned that both Regan Smith and Chase Elliott, two title contenders, are running seventh and eighth. We know that Chris Buescher has a points gap. Started the race with 27 points, and he's definitely taken a little bit of a conservative approach. But right now, running in the 14th position, it just doesn't seem like they have a lot of speed in this 60 car. And into this longer run, now 42 laps. They're almost 22 seconds behind the leader. If this goes through green flag pit stops, Chris Buescher and his team are going to have to be very selective on when they pit and be very efficient on pit road to make sure they don't lose a lap through the cycle.
Now only 17 cars on the lead lap. Jeremy Clements in the 51 running 17th. Ross Chastain in the 4, the first car 1 lap down. The only caution that we have seen today has been the competition caution just after lap 25. Green flag pit stops will be coming up, so we'll take a quick break to be back for those stops. You're watching the Xfinity Series on NBC. Second caution of the day has come out, this time for the stop 74 of Mike Harmon. He's on the back stretch, and he was going very slow out of turn number 2. The caution came out, and now he has stopped.
Just come on. I'm going to get it plugged up before he gets here.
So they will have to try to get a push vehicle out to Mike Harmon to push him back onto pit road. And in the meantime, the field will now line up behind the pace car, getting ready for pit stops once again. It had been 47 laps since they had been on pit road. We know that the pit window between 55 and 60 laps. Marty?
And Rick, we were close to green flag stops. Austin Dillon, who was running 4th at the time, radioed to his team, said, I have a tire going down. Now all the tires are up. There is some chunking a little bit out of the right front tire. You see Danny Stockman, his crew chief, looking over those tires right now that came off of Austin Dillon's car, checking out to make sure that all the tires were up. They were up. Austin Dillon did pit, and the caution came out while he was on pit road, but they should be able to take the wave around and be fine.
Kevin Harvick, the race leader, will lead the lead lap cars onto pit road for this first round of pit stops. Let's go to Dave.
And Rick, they'll put the wrench through the rear window again to add a little bit of grip for Kevin Harvick. They'll also take a layer of that film off the windshield so he can see better. Sunoco fuel and Ford tires.
Kyle Busch in that 54, the handling has really gone away, but they've got bigger issues. Now he said the shifter level between 3rd and 4th gear is no longer available. That could be a big issue for the 54, something they're looking at now. And Brad Keselowski in that 22 car said he just needs to be tighter. They're going to make a wedge adjustment and an air pressure adjustment to try to help him out, Marty.
Kelly Kyle Larson had made some nice progress through the field. He said his car was a little bit tight on the entry. You saw a wedge adjustment for Goodyear tires for Kyle Larson. Mike?
And Chris Buescher said his car was closer on that run, but he still needed some more rear security. They made an air pressure adjustment, a wedge adjustment, along with 4 tires and fuel.
Everybody changing 4 tires in Texas because this track gets slick. Kevin Harvick wins the race off pit road. Today's aerial coverage provided by our partners at Smithfield Foods. Gorgeous shot of this beautiful venue, Texas Motor Speedway. The 88 back on pit road, Dave.
He is no longer the leader. He's given up all that track position. He's come back in for the 2nd time. He felt something funky on the car as they went around the track. He thought it was a loose wheel, so they came back in and tightened all the lug nuts on all 4 wheels. Then he went back out and said something bigger is wrong. So they took off the right front, looked underneath there, looked underneath the rear of the car, and we're listening on the radio now to see if they know what it is they can tell Kevin, Kelly.
Well, and it was a lengthy pit stop for Kyle Busch in the 54 car, and they've called him to come back down. They said the shifter rod is broken. Essentially, it sounds like he is stuck now in 4th gear. They said their option is to ride it out as is and just be slow on those restarts, or we're going to have to go behind the garage to actually fix it. They had called him back initially to come to make sure there were no other parts there that could get jammed up. Not sure if he's just going to try to ride it out at this point. And you saw they were also issued a penalty, I believe, for too many men over the wall on that last stop.
Yeah, Kelly, and that penalty is not a real big issue because this tail end of the longest line, they're going to start there anyway. But what they're explaining to Kyle Busch is it looks like he's coming back down to pit road now is that the linkage is actually a mechanical rod on top of the transmission that connects. When the driver reaches in and moves the shifter lever, it's moving these rods. So it sounds like they think that that rod perhaps is broken, which means that he's not going to get it out of 4th gear. It won't move. So the problem with being stuck in 4th gear is every pit stop, every restart, he's going to lose a tremendous amount of time. We're going to see here them go in the right side window, perhaps look. No, they're going to go underneath the car, which makes sense. If they feel it's the linkage, Jeff, they need to repair that from underneath the car.
Yeah, that's right. If it was the shifter itself, that could be fixed from the inside. But if the shifter linkage that actually attaches to the transmission, that needs to be done from underneath the car. And if it's stuck in 4th gear, you can go like that, but the restart should be terribly slow. We'll know right now if he fixed it. They did not get it fixed. They're having to push the car, which means he's still in 4th gear, still stuck in 4th gear, will not be able to have good restarts. You can see how slow it's going. You know, typically leave up pit road in 1st gear with a lot of RPMs. He's having to actually chug the car along the best he can in 4th gear. It's very difficult to do.
Let's listen in on what took place with Kevin Harvick. This is what they had to say on the radio.
Sorry about that. I mean, it just feels like the right front was just falling off. Oh, now. Simple. I think they had a loose wheel. I think they tightened it up against the bolts, so I just needed to change the tires right away.
So that was the reason for Kevin Harvick coming back onto pit road, giving up the lead. Now it's Brad Keselowski and Kyle Larson making up row number 1. Keselowski has chose the inside line, and we're back to racing in Texas. Great restart for Brad Keselowski. Regan Smith in the 7 on the inside, fighting with Kyle Larson for that 2nd spot. Regan Smith, the eldest of the 4, fighting for the championship. Regan Smith, the 32-year-old out of Cato, New York. A little bit of smoke. They're out of the 42 of Kyle Larson. Maybe a little tire rub for Kyle Larson as they're coming back up to speed. Marty, is that what we're hearing from the 42 team? Maybe a tire rub?
Rick, it's been a tire rub on that left rear all day long. We reported that on the first pit stop of the day, but they have continually pulled out that left rear fender. And the last time they came down and took tires off of that, the left rear Goodyear had shown cords on the inside. Steve, how concerned would you be if you're Mike Shiplett and your driver Kyle Larson? You know that left rear fender rub is there, and you've tried 2 times now to get rid of it. You just can't get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big concern, especially the sidewall of these tires are not very thick. So unlike a tire rub where the tread's making contact and you have extra laps, if that quarter panel's rubbing down by the Goodyear, like you mentioned, it's very thin there. It's something they're going to want to address, especially if it's that close. One small bit of contact on the racetrack could be all it takes to actually make it cut the tire.
And the tire smoke continues to roll out from behind the 42 when he's in the turns. That car wanting to shift and move to the right. The left rear getting the fender to rub against it, and we see that white smoke. Brad Keselowski has over a 2nd lead over Regan Smith. He's now running 2nd. Kyle Larson is 3rd. Elliott Sadler and Eric Jones the top 5.
And we talked about Kyle Busch, how difficult it was going to be for him to restart. Well, there's one way to do it. If you get a run on the field in 4th gear, you have all your momentum. This is Kyle coming to the start of the green flag. Green flag's flying. He has momentum coming. He's in 4th gear. He doesn't have to shift from 2nd to 3rd to 4th on a restart. He was able to start way behind the field, come off pit road, get his speed up, time it just right, and then be going at speed when he got to the start-finish line. If he's not going to be able to fix a transmission, that's what he's going to have to do all day long.
And it will be a lot more difficult to do that if he's in the middle of the pack as opposed to the back of the pack.
I think what they'll have to do is they'll have to pit. They'll have to pit and get him away from everybody. Then he's just going to have to time it. And then, of course, if he times it wrong, he's going to get there too early, and that'll be a problem because he'll have to slow down, and then it'll be hard to get his momentum back up.
Yeah, when you talk about the 54, they have a transmission issue. Well, they have to come up with a plan to repair it. We listen in to what they were talking about.
There's no more clutch. I can't come into the pit and clutch it in order to keep the thing running. It just shuts off.
Yeah, 10-4. We're worried about that being the next problem.
So what it sounds like there, Jeff, is because they're stuck in fourth gear, the only way to get the 54 car on and off pit road is to kind of slip the clutch to keep the car from stalling. But the problem is you can only do that so much. What Kyle was saying there is now I don't have a clutch as well. Now they're really in a predicament because I'm not sure.
There's nothing we can do about fixing it here. We obviously can't do anything about the shifter rod. We kind of got to make the most of it till it dies. So we'll pull it behind the wall now and give it on the front side.
And that's the problem is they're in a corner now, Jeff.
He said get on the front side. What he's talking about is go ahead and fix the problem now before it ends up breaking itself. If he has no clutch, there is no solution. But you can't change the clutch. The only thing you can do is change the transmission, try to fix that problem before it gets any worse.
Rick, this is like signature Chris Buescher. As we mentioned that the 60's not running very well, back in the 15th, 14th position, here he is, up in the 6th position, right behind his points competitor in Chase Elliott. That's what Chris Buescher needs to do. He doesn't need to beat Chase Elliott with a 27-point cushion. If you can see Chase Elliott out the window, that is absolutely close enough to protect your points lead. This is what this young man in the 60 team has continued to do. When we up in the booth thought they were in trouble, when their competitors thought they were in trouble, they just did a nice job of working their way all the way to the finish and making the most of the day.
That long green flag run had Chris Buescher almost in the back of the pack as far as lead lap cars. He was able to, once the caution came out, come to pit road, have a good pit stop, and now the car handling and working well as he's about to break into the top 5, running 6th right now with Ty Dillon behind him, Elliott Sadler running 8th, Daniel Suarez and Brian Scott making up the top 10. Everyone still chasing Brad Keselowski out front. You're watching NASCAR Xfinity Series racing from Texas, presented by Honda Power Sports. Close in on the halfway points of this race. Brad Keselowski out in front. Let's go through the field. We'll start with Kelly Stabist.
We'll start with Brad Keselowski, who's now led 27 laps of this race. The Xfinity Series has been on a 2-week break, but we know that Brad has been busy going after a Sprint Cup Series championship, and his team has been busy too. They've been off working with Joey Logano, his Cup teammates team, helping out with some testing, helping him improve his stuff as he also goes after a Cup Series championship right now. Brad just saying that they've got a little bit of tire wear, same as they saw in practice, Marty.
Well, Kelly, if Kyle Larson can finish here, it'll be his best finish of the season. Second right now for that 42 car. And when he runs low on the racetrack, that fender rub seems to go away. Certainly something they want to do. And Mike Chiplett, his crew chief, told me, with Kyle behind the wheel, it's helped us so much. That steady guy behind the wheels helped communication on this 42 team, Mike.
Regan Smith right in his tire tracks now. He has a couple of wins already this year, but a third would certainly go a long way in helping his cause. Remember, Regan Smith is a free agent at the end of this year, still looking for a ride. He was asked recently what it's been like searching. He said it's like panning for gold in Colorado. There's just not that much gold out there right now. A win would certainly make that phone ring, Marty.
Mike, I can tell you one guy who's happy that we got the race in today here in Texas. Mike Wheeler, the crew chief for Eric Jones. Why? Well, his wife, Amy, is due to give birth literally any moment, so he's anxious to get back home to North Carolina. And for a 19-year-old, Eric Jones used some big words to describe his car. He says, atrociously difficult to drive right now. Way too tight for that 20 car, Kelly.
Defending champion Chase Elliott would love to get back into this championship fight. He spent the 2 off weeks really self-reflecting and decided that great racers are even better practicers. It all starts on Friday. He said, I need to be better, not just identifying what the cars do, but then giving my team some direction in which to move right now. He's saying the 9 car needs a little bit more forward drive, Marty.
Kelly, another championship contender stalking Chase Elliott is Ty Dillon, trying to get that 5th position. He loses it for a moment. The car for Ty has been very loose. In fact, he said it feels like we're burning the right rear off of this car. But these 1.5 mile tracks, that's where Ty feels like they need to take advantage. He told me before the race, this is our strength. We should be taking advantage of those other guys, Mike.
Marty, about a month ago, the championship leader, Chris Buescher, put himself in some risky positions in the race in Charlotte. Afterwards, his team owner, Jack Roush, sat him down and said, look, you're trying to protect the championship lead. That's not what you need to be doing. With that has come the philosophy here for the next 3 and final races. Be in protect mood. Go for points and be conservative. That's what they're doing right now. Buescher pretty happy with his race car, running 7th.
Mike, as many positive things as we said about Daniel Suarez, you may wonder why we're not talking about him in the championship hunt. Well, he is a rookie, and the way his rookie season started, it is now seeing him 7th in the championship coming in. He rides behind Kevin Harvick, who is now running 8th after restarting 16th. Kevin said the changes that you made to the car while we were on pit road 3 times, we need to put them back because now the car is difficult to turn in traffic.
Kyle Busch has 7 wins here at Texas, more than any other driver, but he's got a tall task ahead of him today. As we said, his car stuck in 4th gear, making it incredibly difficult on restarts and getting in and off of pit road. But the only option for the team is to let him stay out there and fight it out or take him back to the garage. They decided to leave him out. He is up 8 places since that last restart, Dave.
Kelly, for that last pit stop, Elliott Sadler asked his crew to make a small change to help preserve the right rear. Unfortunately, he said the car is way, way tighter in the middle of the corner now and way looser in and way looser off. So sometimes a small change can make a big difference on these race cars, Cal.
We've seen Brian Scott come so close to winning so many times. He admits it has been frustrating. He hasn't gotten his first series win. He said, look, I kiboshed some of those as a driver, and other times it was just bad luck or mechanical errors. But as I've said, they decided to throw caution to the wind. They're willing to gamble, do whatever it takes to try to get him that first win. Right now, he's just saying that he's tight all the way through, Marty.
Kelly, it's been interesting to watch Austin Dillon. Remember a moment ago, he was the leader, pitted from 3rd position under green a while ago because he thought he had a tire going down. Turned out there was not a tire going down. They took a wave around, restarted 17th, has made his way up to 13th so far. The car is still pretty quick. Dillon says, little loose in, little loose off. That's his only problem. They're telling him right now, get as many spots as you can, but also keep in mind, save that right front, Mike.
You know, Marty, this has always been one of Brendan Gaughan's favorite racetracks. In fact, the first time he was ever here in the Truck Series, he finished second. The next 4 times he was here in the Truck Series, he went to victory lane. He has a natural feel for this racetrack. He's got a car right now that's fast, but stuff's a little bit too loose. They've been adjusting on the track bar over the last couple of stops, Rick.
Brendan Gaughan running 14th, still out front, has a half a second lead over Kyle Larson. It's Brad Keselowski. The gap between 1 and 2 has closed down to 0.2 of a second now, separating Brad Keselowski and Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson continuing to close that gap. A little bit further back, Eric Jones. As we look at our Toyota driver update, Eric Jones running 4th, Kyle Busch is 7th, and Kyle Busch stuck in 4th gear. Daniel Suarez running 10th.
Talk about the teams need to take it easy. You know, Chris Buescher has the lead. Don't want him to make a mistake. Watch right here as he's behind Chase Elliott, trying to get around at 70. Look how loose he gets. He has to chase the car up the racetrack. Cars really came around on him in the middle of the corner. Now he's chasing the car up the racetrack. Now he's got a major problem. You see a caution.
And the caution has come out. And the caution is for debris on the racetrack.
That incident with Buescher, you could actually hear the rear tires come unhooked from the racetrack.
And one of the signs that lets you know it's a braking point or maybe get out of gas, the point for the drivers to see as they close the gap on getting into turn number 3. One of those signs about to fall off the fence.
We've seen this happen before. It's amazing the wake, the air wake that all these cars create at the speed that they're going. You know, they're approaching 190 miles an hour, and the air coming off of those cars just buffets signs. We've seen caution lights come off the wall before, seen signs come off the wall. So the tracks think they have it faster, but there's so much air coming off the race cars it pulls them off the wall.
Free pass goes to Newcastle, Indiana's Dakota Armstrong. And bumps at this track. Let's take a look as we NBC it with Brendan Gaughan.
See the front of the car, how much it's moving, bouncing up and down. Look at the left rear on the 88 car. Now he's way up the racetrack. Look how much rougher it is up by the wall. This track has bumps all over, and it's actually different at the top of the wall than it is at the bottom of the racetrack.
Saw Kevin Harvick bouncing around inside the car as well. The bumps normally at a racetrack like this over the tunnels that come into the track. The asphalt will settle a little bit over those tunnels, and so we'll get bumps, and we have tunnels on either end of the track, both in turns 1 and 2 and in 3 and 4.
Yeah, as many times as you want to cuss the bumps as a crew chief and just bang your head on the desk trying to find a way to get over them, it's actually a huge opportunity, because if you find a way to get your car more successfully over the bumps, have the driver more in control, that can be a huge advantage. So when we talk about character at the racetrack, it's not only the shape of the track, the banking, the surface, but any sort of roughness or bumps in the track. As much as they can be frustrating, they can also be, looked forward to by some teams.
Big weekend in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Sunday Night Football on NBC tomorrow. Live from Arlington, Markham Murray and the Eagles visit Jason Witten and the Cowboys. It's just about 30 miles from the Speedway. And looking ahead to Thanksgiving night, the Packers will retire Brett Favre's number when the Bears visit Green Bay in prime time on NBC.
Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football.
The last time we went to a Sunday Night Football game, the Panthers won. I guess it can't happen this night, can it?
Well,
we're trying.
But how about the hometown Cowboys? We might bring them a win as well.
We'll be there watching.
Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Regan Smith. I guess the hard part of this pit stop is going to be for the 54 team and Kyle Busch, if he only has fourth gear, which we have documented. Pit road open. Drivers making that left turn onto pit road. And we'll start with Mike.
And Regan Smith pitting from the 3rd position on the racetrack, saying his car's been tight middle and tight exit. They're going to make a wedge adjustment on the right side of that race car. Also a 4-tire change in fuel. Meanwhile, Chris Buescher, he's been looking for a little bit more throttle on exit and more security. A round of wedge in the left rear and 4 tires for him. Kelly?
Brad Keselowski said his car starts neutral and then just gets too loose. They're giving him a round of wedge in the left rear, making an air pressure adjustment in those Goodyears, 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel. And for Chase Elliott, he said he has pretty good turn in the car. He just needs more help on the rear, so they gave him 2 rounds of wedge, 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel. And now you see that race off of pit road.
Kyle Larson winning the race off pit road. Brad Keselowski losing a spot. Eric Jones, Regan Smith, Ty Dillon, the top 5. NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by the new Pioneer 1000 side-by-side from Honda. It's real, it's big, it's here. And by X1 from XFINITY. Change the way you experience TV. We knew it was going to be a difficult pit stop for the 54 team, but Steve, pretty impressive.
I'm very impressed with how efficient the 54 was on and off pit road. You know, coming in's one thing, but then leaving, as we documented, stuck in fourth gear. The crew got the car rolling, and then Kyle Busch does a very good job. He reported that he even had some clutch issues. Well, between all of that, he kept the car rolling, kept it from stalling.
And kept it from speeding. Kelly?
Scale is crew chief for Kyle Busch. They were just complimenting that last stop, but what's the biggest challenge for this team at the point?
Oh, it's going to be pit stops. You know, trying to nurse this thing off pit road with only fourth gear is going to be really tough. And then hopefully we don't have even a worse clutch problem that creates even more of a mess getting off pit road. Unfortunately, we thought we had a car that could compete for the win today, and then you have this issue with the shift rod and only have fourth gear, and it really makes it tough for the rest of the day.
Yeah, so what are your expectations at this point?
Well, I mean, maybe if we can run long enough here and only have one more pit stop, get a bunch of guys lapped to where at least that next pit stop you can only fall back to 10th or so, then, you know, if we can get a top 10 out of it, we'll see. It's hard to say.
What's the plan then here for the restart, which you know is another challenge?
There isn't really a plan. He's going to get what he can here and just try not to hold anybody up or mess anybody up, at the same time do the most he can to make the most out of it.
Thanks, Chris.
Well, I heard Chris Gale, and I agree that pit stops are his concern, but I don't think the caution flag pit stops are his biggest concern. The biggest concern I would have if I was a crew chief of this 54 is if this race goes green and you have to pit under green. Because while it was easier for the 54 to come down pit road with the pack because you can gauge your speed, you don't have to worry about your RPM, kind of stay behind the cars. If it's a green flag pit stop, he has to come down all by himself and only fourth gear. There's a potential to have a major, major problem, perhaps even lose a lap on pit road.
For Chase Elliott.
Here as he has to use the throttle. He obviously has a little bit of clutch left. It has to have some sort of a clutch to be able to get it rolling as good as he did. So he's having to use the throttle so much the car would stall because it doesn't have enough RPMs. He'd get it started again. I mean, that was a really good job managing that. That's very, very hard on equipment, but it was a really good job. I'm very, very interested to see what the strategy on this restart is. How can he work this with only fourth gear starting in the middle of this pack? I'm really interested to see how this is going to work.
You would normally start in second gear on the restart?
Yes, normally you start in second gear, yes.
And so he is starting in fourth gear because he doesn't have first, second, or third. It is stuck in fourth gear for Kyle Busch. We're going to listen in to the spotter, driver, crew chief chatter between Chase Elliott and his spotter, Earl Barber. Right now, Chase Elliott running in the 10th position, so he will restart on the outside of row 5.
You see back a little bit further back to 54. He's going to try to lay behind so he can try to get a run and time it correctly.
Pace car ready? Off the track.
100 out. Ready, green. Inside on. Inside only. All the way on the bottom, inside. Still there, 33 only. Inside. Inside on your quarter. One off beyond the bottom inside.
A lot of tire smoke coming out of the 42 of Kyle Larson as he tries to take the lead away from Brad Keselowski. Down on the bottom of the track. He had won the race off of pit road, trying to stay in front of him. That time, Brad Keselowski noses him out at the start-finish line for the lead.
I think that tire rub's a little bit worse because he's having to pinch the car off a corner exit with the 22 on the outside of him. He cannot let the car go up the racetrack. That's putting more force on the side of the car.
That thing's still smoking. We got
making the tire rub
go
more.
Get back up on the top before we blow that tire out.
And you just heard the The communication, if it's still smoking, you got to let the 22 go. Well, they did not. They were able to get by the 22, as well as we saw Regan Smith make the pass on Brad Keselowski. And so now Kyle Larson out in front of Regan Smith, Brad Keselowski, Eric Jones, and Kevin Harvick. Marty.
Rick, that's been the case for Kyle Larson at the beginning of every run. Here's the communication on the 42 team under that last caution about that left rear tire rub.
Yeah, I mean, we're still rubbing it. We're going to rub it all race, but it looked better than the previous runs. That's the best the tires look we've taken off. No worries about anything right there. We got it out a little bit more here. Okay.
And they continue to knock that left rear fender out on every stop, trying to get it out there. But as you heard the spotter a moment ago say, it's much better when they run that high line. Obviously, Kyle doesn't need much more encouragement to run a high line. But as you see, when he's on the bottom, that's what happens. They get that left rear tire rub every time.
And that's really just due to loading, Rick. That's the difference between the car running around the bottom of the racetrack versus the top of the racetrack. It's hard to believe that the corner that looks the same and the cars go through there relatively the same way. It's hard to understand how these cars can travel different. But we're talking small fractions of an inch difference. Running the bottom, the cars push down into the racetrack a little bit more, especially right here around the corner exit. That's how you see right there. That's why you see the left rear smoke, because that's the most load on the rear of the car, versus if they run up around the wall, there's not quite as much load.
And also, as the tire pressures are low, like when you take off after a restart, you have lower air pressure, the sidewall actually moves more and actually allows them to get into the side of the car even more. So here's Kyle Busch on the last restart. We saw the first restart, he laid back and got a run on the field. This time they elected to start in the middle of the field. Look at all the momentum lost. He just can't get going in fourth gear. So I think the next time we see these guys on pit road, what they will do is they'll actually come on pit road the lap before the green flag, get a run just like they did the time before to have that momentum going forward, versus what you just saw happen right there. You just cannot get going when you have only fourth gear.
Well, because not only did it hurt him, but he did a really nice job getting out of the way and everybody missed him. But you can't assure yourself that that's going to continue to happen. Somebody back there thinks they have a run on someone, pulls to the left to make it 3 wide. You're there, you can easily see an accident.
72 laps to go means at least one more stop for everyone, including Kyle Larson out front as we go NASCAR nonstop. Welcome back to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Challenge from Texas Motor Speedway. Kevin Harvick has made a very good rebound after not a good pit stop a little earlier in this race, and now closing in on the 20 of Eric Jones. Eric Jones running at third. Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski in front of the 19-year-old. But Eric Jones, what a weekend he is already having.
I have a hard time getting through my brain every time you say 19 years old, because he doesn't act like a 19-year-old behind the wheel. He drives very mature. We saw him win the truck race last night. We've seen him in cup cars in relief of Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. He just makes all good decisions, it seems like. And he's going to make mistakes. He's a young race car driver. But I've yet to see a big mistake from youth. You know, I've seen some crashes on the racetrack, but I don't think that's because he's immature. That's just him trying to do a lot with a race car. And this is another example of it. Running up front with all cup guys, Larson, Keselowski, Harvick, holding his own.
There's no question about the talent of Eric Jones. He just has to, continue to improve and also learn how to manage the races. These are longer races that he's accustomed to, pit stops, all those things. Restarts are really important in these series. So he's a really good driver, has good speed, just has to continue to improve and pay attention to the things that he doesn't do well. That's what I think is so important for all drivers, just in an effort to improve. What do I need to improve in?
And Marty, what else is the team worried about as he loses third to Kevin Harvick?
Well, they're not too worried about it right now. So the car's a little bit tight, but that's the one thing that Steve kind of hit on that amazes me. And I was talking to Mike Wheeler about it earlier today as crew chief, just how calm the young man at 19 is on the radio. Sounds so veteran. And right now, just saying on the radio very calmly to the guys after he got passed by Kevin Harvick, a little bit loose, but not too bad. Needs some more forward drive off. But he used that big word earlier, atrociously difficult to drive is the way he described the car. And he was running fourth while he was doing that. So not only do we expect big things out of Eric Jones now, he expects it out of himself. And that's what you want from a driver, isn't it, Steve? A guy you maybe sometimes have to back down, not a guy you have to ramp up.
Absolutely, Marty. I mean, you want someone who has the drive to go out there and win races. I really think the challenge for young drivers and race teams at this point in the sport is now what is the timeline for a guy like Eric Jones? Because I'm a big fan of multiple years in the Xfinity Series, gaining that experience, learning how to try to win races, try to win championships. And we see it with Chase Elliott moving up to take over the 24 of Jeff Gordon. The pressure that young man is going to be under. I look at the same thing, Eric Jones in this 20 car. He is a great talent. Luckily for Joe Gibbs Racing, it's full at the end, right? I mean, they have 4 very successful drivers. So the question is, how can they manage his expectations versus sponsor expectations versus team expectations?
Yeah, and what's wrong with spending 2 or 3 years in the Xfinity Series? I mean,
I love it.
It's great. What's the problem with that? I mean, there's such a rush to get to the Cup Series. And listen, when you're a driver, you have an opportunity. You have to jump when that opportunity comes. But if Joe Gibbs Racing can help manage Eric's career and help manage as things happen, that's going to be important for him. They don't have to get in a position with the 4 drivers they have currently in their stables of having to put him in something. I think that benefits Eric in the long run.
Eric Jones will be subbing for the suspended Matt Kenseth tomorrow. A 2-race suspension for Matt Kenseth. That puts Eric Jones behind the wheel of the 20 tomorrow in the Cup race. For more updates, we go to Marty.
Rick, it's been fun to watch Austin Dillon kind of creep his way back through the field. Remember, he restarted 17th, pitted this last time, restarted 9th, now up to 7th, trying to track down his brother Ty. And he told his team on the radio, you get me in those front 2 rows for that final restart, we're going to win this race. Our takeoff speed when we're up front is right. He takes another position from his brother, moving up through the field in that 33. Keep an eye on him, Dave.
Marty, Daniel Suarez runs 8th. Doesn't seem to have the speed or handling right now to be an up-front race car, but they thought they had a bigger problem when Daniel started talking about the gear during the last run. And after hearing Kyle Busch's problems, I said, uh-oh. So I talked to Eric Phillips, his crew chief, and Eric said they've had the same problem, described the same way, on the same car 3 times this year. They've changed everything, just can't seem to find what Daniel's talking about, Kelly.
We spent a lot of time talking about Eric Jones. Well, another remarkable 19-year-old on track, of course, is Chase Elliott. Not only is he the defending champion of the series, he'll be filling the role left by Jeff Gordon in the Cup Series next year, and he's trying to live up to a family name set by his dad, Bill Elliott, who's a Hall of Famer. When I talked to his crew chief, Vernon Cope, about it, he said he's handled it remarkably well. Pressure does not seem to get to him. Right now, Chase saying they think he over-adjusted a bit on that last stop, but it'll come good to him in the long run, Mike.
Well, Kelly, Brendan Gaughan may have dodged a bullet when the last caution came out. About a lap or 2 prior to that, he came over the radio and said the car has suddenly snapped loose. They thought they may have had a tire going down and were prepared to come down pit road under green flag conditions. Then the yellow flag saved them. The car's been still just a little bit tight over the course of this run, but they definitely did not give up that real estate over that last run, and that's certainly put them in a much better position right now as where they run inside the top 15. Rick?
26 laps since the last pit stop, and now we're inside that pit window when they can make it on fuel from here. We go NASCAR nonstop. Coming up tonight on NBC at 7 Central, 8 o'clock, it's Dateline. And later tonight at 11:30, 10:30 Central, Saturday Night Live with host Donald Trump and musical guest Sia. Take a look at what's going to happen with these drivers as the sun continues to set. You're going to have a little bit of an issue coming through 3 and 4.
Yeah, Texas is a very difficult issue. Everything's good visibility. You see right in the middle of the corner as you start to exit turn 4, look what happens right here. Sun's in your eyes. It's just for a brief moment, but it's so bright when it has happened, it takes a minute for your eyes to adjust. It's very difficult to see for just that instant.
With Regan Smith, we're riding along. As you see the 54 of Kyle Busch continuing to make his way back up toward the front. After restarting with just 4th gear, he falls all the way back to the lead lap cars and then has worked his way back up into the top 10. He's running 7th. Mike, what's going on with the 17?
Well, pretty much just the opposite of what's going on with the 54. As Kyle Busch makes his way to the front, it seems like Regan Smith is fading to the back. It wasn't too long ago he was running inside the top 3, but it seems like his search for grip has been futile over the last several laps.
Nothing, right, dude? My front is gone. Like, gone completely. Everywhere. Front end is gone everywhere. That's all, man. Just settle back in here. Settle back in.
You can hear the crew chief, Jason Burdett, trying to calm his driver down, trying to maintain composure behind the wheel with Regan Smith. But, Jeff, at these speeds, and they're pretty high here at Texas, and not having grip in your front tires, that's got to be a little unsettling, I would imagine.
Well, it is. It's so hard to gauge your speed. When you don't have front tire grip, if you overdrive the car, you just get really slow because the front tires start sliding, and the car just will not follow the tires. So only thing you can do is to manage it is just to slow down. Overdriving it, pushing harder only makes it worse. So now it's about finding the tempo that you need to run the best lap time you can, and then do it lap after lap after lap. But you almost have to ignore when the 54 passes you. You almost have to ignore it. You can't run that quick. You have to maximize your car speed, ignore what's going on around you.
Kyle Larson in front of Kevin Harvick by almost 2 seconds is the gap between the lead and second place Kevin Harvick, as Kyle Larson started this run with a lot of smoke coming out from behind the car because of the left rear tire rub that 42 team had. And now it looks as though the tire rub's gone away, and Kyle Larson's trying to pull away, Marty.
A little bit loose off the corners for Kyle Larson, and maybe one of the reasons for that tire rub, Rick, is this is a brand new race car for Kyle Larson, this 42 team. You see a battle on the right-hand side of your screen between Brad Keselowski and Kevin Harvick. But for that 42 team in the lead right now, Mike Shiplet has told me earlier this weekend, that they are so excited to have this brand new race car. They put a lot of new components on it, a lot of new things in this brand new car that they wanted to bring in here. You don't get to test anymore, so they've really come here as a test session that seems to be working very well, and they want to turn this car around for Homestead as well. Steve, smart move on this race team's behalf, putting things that you'll use in 2016 on a brand new car and running it in race conditions. Best way to test it out, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's the only way to test it out anymore, and you have to. You can't wait for the perfect opportunity to try to find a Goodyear test or to get a car on the racetrack, because that's not what you're racing against. Kyle Larson, when we spoke to him earlier today, he was excited about this new car because he knows that's what he's been racing against. Other teams, Penske organization, the Joe Gibbs organization, they continue to build new cars, and there's just too many new ideas that come throughout the course of the year. You need to get them on the racetrack.
It's been 40 laps since the last time these cars were on pit road, so green flag pit stops will be coming up as we go NASCAR nonstop.
Back here at Texas Motor Speedway, Kevin Harvick has pitted from the 3rd position. A lot of discussion about what strategy they should use to get to the end. The one thing that they knew for sure is they could make it on fuel, and the second thing they knew is that the car's handling was going away. Kevin was not complimentary the last few laps, and when he got passed by Brad Keselowski, he said how many laps to go? Driver was concerned.
I absolutely love this pit call, Rick. It doesn't look like Kevin Harvick could beat Larson in the situation he is, come up with a different strategy, split this last run up even. Tires fall off, speed goes away, and look what he's done. He's drove other cars to pit road, Marty.
and that would be Ty Dillon. They've been talking about this short pit strategy for a while. You got to realize all these teams have 3 sticker Goodyear tires, sets of Goodyear tires, sitting here on pit road, so why not come a little bit sooner? 4 Goodyear tires and an air pressure adjustment to tighten up his car, Dave.
Elliott Sadler just pitted from 13th. He took on 4 tires and Sunoco fuel. His car was loose in and off the corner. They adjusted for that.
Daniel Suarez in front of you, Dave.
They break the corners down into 3 parts sometimes. Daniel said it was loose going into the corner, it wouldn't turn in the middle, and it wouldn't turn coming off of the corner. So the tires they're putting on have a little bit different air pressure to try to help Daniel with that handling, Kelly.
Chase Elliott in the 9 car, they gave him 2 rounds of wedge last time, which he says hurt him in the short run, but came good for the long run. This time it was 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel for the 9.
Chris Buescher on pit road. He's been looking to be able to get back to the throttle a little bit quicker in the middle of the corner. They're going to make a wedge adjustment on the right side. You just saw the wrench be turned on the rear window. A 4-tire change for Buescher as well. Kelly?
Brian Scott in the 2 car said he's still a little bit too loose on the bottom. It's going to be a 4-tire change. Sunoco fuel for the 2, Marty.
Our leader, Kyle Larson, coming to pit road. He said his car was too loose on exit, down 1.5 rounds on the track bar, 4 Goodyear tires, and packet full of Sunoco fuel as well. Also coming in, Eric Jones. His car got way too loose at the end of that run. 2 wrenches in hand. You see him wedge and track bar adjustments on that 20 car for Eric Jones, whose car got way too loose towards the end of the run. Also coming down pit road, Austin Dillon. He stayed out a little bit longer than everybody else. You see him leaving pit road. The car, the fastest car on the track towards the end of that run. A very slight air pressure change for that 33 car, Kelly.
There you see Brad Keselowski in the 22 car. He said he was a little bit too tight off the exit of 1 and 2, but too free on the exit of 4. He said, just don't make me any looser. You see, it's going to be 4 Goodyear tires for Brad Keselowski. And then you've got the 54 of Kyle Busch. He said the car started off pretty good, but then it just got too loose. Remember the struggles here. The team will have to push him out of his pit box as he is stuck in 4th gear. And you see Kyle Busch there get it fired up and off of pit road.
So the crew helping him off of pit road, but a difficult situation for the 54 team as they're stuck in 4th gear. He'll try to get up to speed as quickly as he can. And because he wasn't
too fast entering section 3.
And we talked about that, Rick. With the only 4th gear, it's going to be very hard for him to judge his speed. We talked about green flag pit stops were going to be the hardest, and that's what cost him. But look at the amount of time Kevin Harvick made up on Kyle Larson. We talked about that. Dave Ellens, the crew chief of the 88, decided to bring Kevin Harvick on pit road first. One of the first cars to get fresh tires. That allowed him to gain time on the leader.
He was 4 seconds behind Kyle Larson when those pit stops started. He pitted a few laps early, gained about a lap per second on new tires, able to close the gap.
And right now, still scored as the race leader. It's Dakota Armstrong in the 43 as the green flag pit stops continue to cycle through. There's Dakota Armstrong. Dakota will still have to come to pit road, as will Jeremy Clements. Those 2 cars still in front of Kyle Larson. And Kyle Larson only 0.8 of a second behind Dakota Armstrong, so it's only a matter of time. Both cars will have to come to pit road, but Kyle Larson might pass them before they come to pit road.
And these teams are looking to make something happen. You know, they're not teams that typically run in the front, so what they're hoping for is in 7-8 laps, if they can stay out that long, a caution will come out. They'll be able to pit, put on tires. They would have gained a lot of track position when everybody else will pit with them as well and try to get a good finish.
Well, Dakota Armstrong is up front. This is a bright spot for this team. They actually had a hauler incident on the way to Texas where the rig that was pulling their hauler got in an accident, so they had to get another rig to be able to pull that. As we see the race lead going back to Kyle Larson, and not seeing as much white smoke behind the 42 this time, a little bit as they exit the turns. But Kyle Larson in that tire rub may have gone away even early in this run.
I think some of that's him being able to manage the way he's driving the car. Again, we talked about on the restart, he had to really pinch the car off, follow the white line all the way around the corner. That puts a tremendous amount of side force into the tires, and that made him rub the quarter panel that much harder. When he's out front by himself, he doesn't have to push like that. He can let the car kind of go where it wants to go. You see, he's not having to pinch the car off like he does when a guy's on the outside of him, that really helps that left rear tire.
But out the mirror of Kyle Larson is his biggest concern, and that's the 88 of Kevin Harvick. They worked that pit strategy to gain some of the distance back, and now Kevin Harvick trying to stay close enough to attack him here with 30 laps to go.
Kyle Larson's best finish at Texas is third. But one of the things we've talked about with young drivers being moved up into the Cup maybe a little bit too early, Kyle Larson might be a perfect example of that. Here's Kyle Larson, who in the Xfinity Series, Kyle Larson has only won 2 races, and already now he's one of the Cup superstars, still yet to find a win in the Cup Series. Was he moved up too soon?
Oh, it's so difficult when you have a sponsor that's ready to move with a young driver. How do you tell them no? How do you temper those expectations? As long as everybody says, look, this is a process. We're going to learn. He's got to learn how to win. We got to give him time. As long as everybody's signed up for that, it's all good. But I think long-term interest, if we give these drivers just a little bit of chance to breathe, to learn, to not get in the fishbowl that the Cup Series is. It's so difficult over there. I think ultimately that long-term it's better for them.
Well, he has a veteran behind him in Kevin Harvick. Now it's the cat and mouse game through traffic. What line are you going to run? Where do you catch the lap cars? You see Kyle Larson run the middle of the racetrack. Kevin Harvick runs right against the white line. As they head down the front stretch, there's 2 or 3 more slower cars in front of them. This could simply come down to how you get through lap traffic.
Kevin Harvick running second. And as we mentioned, guys getting forced into the Cup Series maybe a little bit before they were expecting to. Kevin Harvick, another perfect example of that. When Dale Earnhardt was killed at Daytona, it was Kevin Harvick that was the driver that took over for Dale Earnhardt. And he has made a great career out of driving in the Cup Series as well as championships in the Xfinity Series. Now trying to catch up to Kyle Larson. Larson looking to get his first Texas win in the Xfinity Series and only his 3rd career win if he can hold off the field here at Texas Motor Speedway. Kevin Harvick a half a second back. Brad Keselowski 2.5 seconds behind Kyle Larson, running 3rd. A little bit of a wiggle there out of Kevin Harvick. Had to go a little bit tighter out of turn 4 as we go NASCAR nonstop.
Open my mic.
Hold down here. You're okay.
And you saw it on NASCAR nonstop. The left rear tire goes down on Kyle Larson, the race leader. Around he goes. Caution comes out.
Talking about that left rear tire rubbing pretty much the entire race. It seemed like the tire rub wasn't as bad this time, but obviously the left rear tire went down.
Coming out of turn 4, you could see the tire had gone down and he was trying to just hang on to it.
You see how the car wiggles. Now he's just along for the ride, trying to get it slowed down, trying to keep the car straight. Left rear comes apart right here. There's nothing he can do. Once it got around backwards, you know, all you can do is lock it down and hope nobody gets into you.
And hang on. They had been fighting a tire rub issue on the left rear the entire race. Had just come to pit road.
You see it's flat right there, obviously, but watch it when it comes apart. It blows all the sheet metal out from underneath the car, takes the crush panels out from underneath it. The tire literally explodes. It's unbelievable the noise, what that sounds like. It will actually scare you when that tire blows like that. Marty?
And it's funny, as it was sliding sideways, he said the left rear's going, the left rear's going. He knew exactly what was going on. Kyle said he thought the car might have actually been on fire. After that, you see him driving around slowly. He was going to get out of the car, had to actually rebuckle himself. But what I was going to tell you guys in the break is that the left rear that came off last time from the 42 car looked maybe the worst tire they've taken off all day long. It had cording on the inside, and we talked about this earlier. That tire rub has been there all day long, so they knew this was an issue, and they had worked on it on literally Chevrolet every stop, trying to pull away that left rear quarter panel, trying to get away from that tire, but obviously it got this final one.
And they come to pit road. The field lines up behind the pace car. Now with pit strategy coming into play. 22 laps to go. Kevin Harvick out in front of Brad Keselowski. Do we see these teams come to pit road? After we've just been on pit road, Kevin Harvick is there on lap 160, so 18 laps. Will they all be on pit road again?
I think this is an easy decision. I think you pit. I think you pit and do 4 tires. And, you know, remember, this racetrack is hard on tires. You lose a lot of speed from the first lap to the 10th lap. I think everybody pits.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
See, we agree.
Driver and crew chief agreeing once again.
Doesn't happen often, but we did it.
Well, the NASCAR playoffs continue tomorrow. It's Sprint Cup Series Racing presented by Nexium. Race coverage beginning at 1:30 p.m. on NBC with Countdown to Green. Can a chase driver take the checkered flag and join Jeff Gordon in that championship 4, or will it be a non-chaser that gets the win at Texas?
I think there's no way to even pretend to predict the chaos we could possibly see
chaos,
tomorrow.
I like that one.
I mean, the pressure's so high. There's 7 guys that understand Jeff Gordon's in. There's only 3 more spots available. What are they going to do? What opportunity are they going to create for themselves to guarantee a spot at Homestead?
And who will have the best opportunity? Guys that are already in a hole, having to dig out of that hole. Kurt Busch, one of those, and then the 2 Penske cars.
So all the cars go by pit road. Pit road has not been open yet. So it wasn't that people weren't pitting. It was that the pit road was not open.
The 42 of Kyle Larson did come onto pit road, but they'll serve the penalty because they needed to make sure to get onto pit road with that left rear tire that had gone down, and the work that they're having to do. One of the things that happens, not only does the sheet metal get blown apart, but also brake lines are a concern. A lot of different things that take place when a tire blows out.
Yeah, we heard they want to try to turn this car around going to Homestead. That just became very difficult. You see all the interior metal torn out of the car, the wheel well, all this stuff's a lot of work to fix this. On top of the body damage, there's probably some damage that we can't see as well. So turning this car around will be a lot of work.
The entire race we have been watching the 42 and paying close attention to the tire smoke, and not the most recent stop, but the stop before that. This is what we were seeing out of the back of that car, a lot of tire smoke.
Yeah, you can see right here when we zoom in, you can see that the left rear tire is just making contact with that quarter panel constantly. And not only does it rub on the tire, but then finally, you know, it heats the sheet metal up enough that it actually probably could get smaller, you know, actually fold in against the tire, get even closer. And you see here when the tire finally let go, all the debris coming off the 42.
So that brings out the 4th caution of the day as you look at the destroyed Goodyear tire that came off of the 42. And they'll run an inner liner. That's one of the things that they will do. Tracks over a mile, they'll run an inner liner, so if the tire blows, they have something that will try to keep them pointed in the right direction, but they're not running on just the rims.
We talked earlier about this being a new car. That's a good sign. When you build a new car, you know, it shows improvement. It shows that you're better. And certainly, this was a step forward for this team. So I have a feeling they're going to be building a few new cars this winter.
And Kyle Larson was pleased with the car and was running up front, was leading the race when the tire goes down. They're putting the window net back up, so we'll see Kyle Larson make his way back out on the track, but Larson already 2 laps down to race leader Kevin Harvick.
And we heard this, Marty reported earlier that this 33 of Austin Dillon, he mentioned he didn't want to be good early, he wanted to be good late. Well, here we are, we're late, we're 20 laps to go. They've stayed around all day long, currently in the 3rd position. The sun has set. When you look at both ends of the racetrack, the sun might not be completely gone. There's a little bit right here into turn 3, but the rest of it's in the shade. We'll see if that strategy worked. Are they going to have the speed in this 33 car late in the race as they had hoped?
And then when you think about the 88 car, we've seen them have trouble on pit road today. We saw early in the race, they lost 2 spots on pit road, then they came down pit road and had another problem, had to take the tires off, fix something. So are they going to be able to get on pit road with the lead, and more importantly, lead pit road with the lead? We haven't seen it from this team yet. Can they do it now?
We'll see if positions are made up or lost on pit road as race leader Kevin Harvick will lead the cars onto pit road and to the attention of the crews looking for a great stop. Dave.
And as the 88 ran, it burned off fuel, making the front end just a little bit heavier. The fuel tank is in the back. They want more of that, so they're not going to put any more fuel in. Just a slight air pressure adjustment, 4 tires. Kelly?
Brad Keselowski in that 22 car didn't really know what to tell his crew chief. He said, I have really good short run speed. I think I have something I can work with. He says it's going to be a 4-tire change for the 22, Marty.
Eric Jones said his car was tight on the takeoff. It's going to be an air pressure adjustment to loosen up that car. Austin Dillon also going with a no extra fuel strategy. He too tight on takeoff, and 4 tires for him, and a tight race off pit road, Mike.
And as for the championship leader, Chris Buescher, he said he fired off on that last run pretty good, but it got free quickly, so they made a track bar adjustment, went down 2 rounds. They also made a 4-tire change and fuel for Buescher.
Very tight race off of pit road. Austin Dillon making up a few spots. The reason for the caution, Kyle Larson, left tire exploding. Welcome back to NASCAR Xfinity Series Racing from Texas, presented by Honda Power Sports. Beautiful view as the sun's setting on Texas Motor Speedway. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Tonight the host is the Donald Trump, joined by musical guest Sia. It's an all-new Saturday Night Live later tonight on NBC. Now let's go down trackside to Kelly Stavis, who's with Kyle Larson.
Yeah, back here in the garage, and Kyle from the lead. You lose that tire. Any indication that it was going to go?
No, not at all. We had a tire up from traveling the left rear really far all race long, and that was one run where I didn't have really any smoke in my cockpit, so I wasn't even thinking about it. We'd made it, however, 170 some laps into the race, and just wasn't expecting that. So hate it. It's just our luck, it seems, this year. I feel like we've been fast in both series, all season long. We just something happens in the last quarter of a race, and we don't finish well. So I hate it for Parker Store. They have a lot of people here with Parker Store and Hydrodyne, and we thought we were going to get them all a win and get the accelerate, but it's not going to happen. But thanks to Ineos, Target, everybody that helps out to help me come have fun.
All right, we're going green, Rick.
Coming into this race, there was a 27-point difference between Chris Buescher, the points leader in the Xfinity Series. In second place, Chase Elliott. That gap has not closed much, as Chris Buescher running fairly well. Chase Elliott very close to him. Green flag back in the air. Austin Dillon with a great restart in the 33 on the inside.
And Kevin Harvick's going to do all he can to follow him through and try to take over the second position. But Brad Keselowski's going to battle back.
Brad Keselowski running a little bit higher as Kevin Harvick down on the bottom of the racetrack, fighting for second now. 16 laps to go in Texas, 3 wide for second. Here comes Erik Jones on the bottom of the racetrack. Erik Jones won the Camping World Truck Series race last night. Will be racing in all 3 series this weekend. Erik Jones still in the top 5 as he falls back, fighting for third now. Brad Keselowski moving up the racetrack with the momentum, trying to close the gap between he and Austin Dillon.
What Austin Dillon told his team, you get me in the front, I can win this race. His pit crew did it. He came in third and came out with the lead. Now he's got to execute.
A sprint to the finish. When they come by the start-finish line, 14 laps to go in Texas. Here comes Kevin Harvick looking to the inside of Erik Jones. Jones now running that higher line, right up against the wall as he exits 2.
Erik Jones, the car so far into the corner, he couldn't load his line, got up the racetrack, ended up having to lift off the gas. He's going to lose a few spots, at least 1 spot.
Top 3 trying to separate themselves. Regan Smith has moved up into 4th. He'll try to close the gap between he and Kevin Harvick.
This is the type of run Regan Smith has needed. He's been good on the short runs today, but really falling off in the long runs. The short run to the finish is going to help the 7 car.
And remember, Kevin Harvick came in with the lead and came out third, so bad pit stop on pit road wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good enough to keep the lead. Now he's got to go to try to earn the lead back.
Yeah, and unlike the 7, I think the 88 strength has really been on the long run. He's moved up to the middle and the top of the racetrack and found time. I don't know, coming to 12 to go, if there's enough time for the top to come in for Kevin Harvick.
Austin Dillon in the #1 pit stall has definitely taken advantage of that position as he was able to get out in front, but now being challenged by the 22 of Brad Keselowski. Keselowski to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to take away the lead.
What a great job by Brad. There's the 33, tried to arc the corner. He went right to the bottom of the racetrack for that clean air.
Brad's won here once before back in 2013. The fight is on for the lead.
I think that's what Kevin Harvick wants to see. He's going to go all the way to the top of the racetrack, try to use a little bit of a draft with the 2 cars in front of him running side by side. That's going to help his straightaway speed. Let's see if he can make it work in 1 and 2.
Inside, 11 laps to go. Here goes Kevin Harvick running to the high side. They'll be 3 wide for the lead.
Look at this run. The 88's going to get off the top. You can carry so much momentum. Will it be enough to clear the 33? It looks like it will be.
Brad Keselowski out in front. Kevin Harvick running second. Austin Dillon on the bottom of the racetrack trying to get back into second. He gets by the 88, takes that 2nd spot back.
That's what Brad Keselowski wants to see, because as the 33 puts the block right there on the 88, that's helping this 22 of Brad Keselowski get away a little bit. The lead's about a half a second.
You saw the tear-off come off the 88 when the 33 pulled in front of him, changed the air so much, it actually pulled the tear-off off the windshield of the 88 car on the front straightaway.
Kevin Harvick running third behind Austin Dillon in second. Brad Keselowski running the middle of the track, holding on to the lead. Inside of 10 to go when they come to the stripe. It'll be 9 laps remaining at Texas. Brad Keselowski fighting his way to the front. The Rochester Hills, Michigan native has 33 Xfinity Series wins.
Now that Brad's out front with not a lot of pressure, he's got to decide what line does he want to run. Does he want to run the middle, the bottom, the top? Right now it seems like he wants to run toward the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to watch the guys behind him. If they move up the racetrack and start gaining ground, then he's going to move up the racetrack. But you can see right now, he's right on the bottom.
Kevin Harvick takes his car all the way to the wall. He's looking for that clean air, looking for an option. He can't continue to follow the tire tracks of the 33. It's just not working. So with 8 to go, get to the top of the racetrack. Try to get a rhythm up there. Try to find some speed. There was no gain in 1 and 2, but it might take a lap to get that rhythm back.
Top 4 have separated themselves. Erik Jones holding on to 4th now. The 19-year-old trying to sweep the weekend, but back in 4th with some pretty formidable opponents in front of him. Brad Keselowski has almost an 0.8 of a second lead over Austin Dillon. Kevin Harvick back a second behind race leader Keselowski.
And you see how much better the top worked the second time through. It's just taking a little bit of time. You see there a little bit of breathe on the throttle. But watch right here, the momentum he's going to carry. Even having to get out of the throttle, he's going to continue to catch the 33 all the way down the straightaway.
He is to enter the corner high. See how he enters the corner high? He doesn't enter the corner low and then go to the wall. He enters the corner all the way against the wall. That allows you to carry even more minimal corner exit.
Will that momentum help him get by the 33 of Austin Dillon, and will he have enough time to catch up to the 22 of Keselowski?
You see how the 33 beats him through the middle of the corner, but this is where the gain is. This is where you're going to get a big run. Will Austin block the outside? He does. Takes away the momentum from Harvick.
Kevin Harvick not able to keep the momentum up as he enters one. 5 laps of racing to go. Harvick trying to take second away from Austin Dillon.
I think he's going to definitely get by the 33 right here. He's going to look ahead, though. He wants to try to catch the 22 for the win. He's not worried for second. Kevin Harvick and this 88 are here. They're not here for points. They're here for trophies.
A little bit of a bobble there by the 30 or the 88 of Kevin Harvick as he came up on the lap traffic. It was Eric McClure in the 24 that slowed down the momentum of the 88. So now with 4 laps to go, the gap between Keselowski and Harvick almost a second and a half.
As we're watching this great battle for second as he tried to run Keselowski down. Remember, the Xfinity points are at the top of the screen. You can see where all those guys are racing that are racing for the championship.
It's 25 points that separate Chris Buescher and Chase Elliott. If they leave with that gap, just 2 races remain in the 2015 season to determine the champion.
Yeah, with 3 laps to go, if Chris Buescher can complete these 3 laps without an issue, I would say this is job done. They didn't need to gain any more points on Chase Elliott. Just try not to have the gap shrink at all.
Yeah, that's something that happens here. Kevin Harvick's going to need a caution if he's going to catch Keselowski. Keselowski stretched it out as Harvick and Austin Dillon raced each other side by side. That really allowed Keselowski just to move away from him.
Eric Jones still holding on to 4th behind Austin Dillon. There's the gap between 1 and 2 with 2 laps to go in Texas. Brad Keselowski, 1.6 seconds separating he and Kevin Harvick. Austin Dillon runs 3rd. Eric Jones is 4th. Keselowski not only fighting for the win here, but also points for the Owners' Championship.
1 more lap, man. White flag. 1 more.
White flag in the air. Brad Keselowski looking for his 34th win in the Xfinity Series. A former champion of this series, also a champion in the Cup Series. Brad Keselowski, after coming in and starting this race on the front row, Austin Dillon was on the pole. He started 2nd. And Brad Keselowski completing the pass to take over the lead from Austin Dillon as he comes through the quad oval. Keselowski will win in Texas. Harvick holding on for 2nd.
They want us to be efficient getting to victory lane because we're running so late.
Austin Dillon, Eric Jones, and Ty Dillon rounding out the top 5.
Way to put the whip to it, BK. That's awesome, man. Good job. Good job.
The Owners' Championship, because Brad Keselowski is in a situation he can't earn points as a driver in the Xfinity Series, but they can, for this car number, earn points in the Owners' Championship. And Brad Keselowski adding to those numbers. And now he's making a beeline for victory lane. We'll be there when we return. It's been 3 starts since Brad Keselowski won in the Xfinity Series, but he does it here at Texas. Kevin Harvick, Austin Dillon, Eric Jones, the first non-Cup driver.
Yeah, Chris Buescher does another great job of just having a nice solid day in 11th. He could see his 2 points competitors up in front of him. No points really lost in the championship battle.
Further back through the field, David Starr, Texas native, finishes 25th. Kyle Larson, after the tire goes down, he ends up 32nd today. Championship standing with just 2 races to go. Chris Buescher, 24-point lead over Chase Elliott. Again, every point is worth a position on the track.
Yeah, 24 points is a reasonable distance, and if Chris Buescher can go to Phoenix and do what he needs to do, he can make Homestead a much less stressful situation.
Chris does have some sort of problem. Look how tight it is. Chase Elliott, Ty Dillon, Regan Smith, they're all within 7 points of each other. So if Chris does have a problem at some point, things are going to get very tight.
Ty Dillon moved up a spot on Regan Smith. Again, those two just separated by 1 point in the championship standings. Brad Keselowski made his way into victory lane. It is very eventful when you get to victory lane at Texas Motor Speedway. Eddie Gossage, track president, makes it well worth it to win at this track. Keselowski had won here before. It had been 2 years. Back in 2013, the last time he won in the Xfinity Series in Texas. Let's go down there now to Kelly.
And you see Brad Keselowski climbing from his 22 car, getting sprayed with the Miller Lights. This is his 2nd win here at Texas Motor Speedway, 2nd win of the season here in the Xfinity Series. Brad, take me back to that final restart and how you got around the 33 and simultaneously held off the 88 of Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, you know, today was just one of those races that just kept changing dimensions. And it felt like the start of the race, the 33 was going to run away with it. And then the 88 was blistering fast. The 54 was really good. He had troubles. And 88 looked really fast again. Then the 42 came out of nowhere and took over the lead. Then he had issues. It just was kind of a funky race to be a part of with everybody coming and going. But we just stayed right there, just kind of running 2nd or 3rd pretty much the whole race. And at the end, we were able to get out to the front. And Austin Dillon did a great job at the end. We had a heck of a battle for the win, and that was a lot of fun. He's a heck of a racer, too, so I enjoyed racing with him. But it feels great to get the Discount Tire Ford in victory lane. I know Roger really wants to own a championship for this series, and this is a big step, and we're really proud of that as well.
And he'll be on the pole again tomorrow. Rick?
He was talking about the Owners' Championship, trying to grab that for Penske. The NASCAR playoffs continue tomorrow. Race coverage begins at 1:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Coming up tonight on NBC at 8/7 Central, it's Dateline. And later tonight at 11:30, 10:30 Central, Saturday Night Live with host Donald Trump and musical guest Sia. The celebration will continue throughout the night for Brad Keselowski, winning in the Xfinity Series at Texas Motor Speedway.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.